Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
Throwing strikes, being efficient with our pitches, making those routine plays, and having a great approach at the plate. So just keeping things simple and just building up that team chemistry as much as possible, I think, will help you win some games.
1-2. Swing and a miss as the Sodbusters strand the bases loaded to keep this a tie game.
This one is bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. One run scores. Here comes Printer around third.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
To the left side and through for a base hit. The go-ahead run scores as Jensen delivers once again.
This one, the lightest of light hits. He gets an RBI single.
I think it's just a great experience, getting kids from all over the country to come in and play together.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Sodbuster Baseball here at Duncan Field. A full week of Sodbuster Baseball scheduled for you. This is game number 1 of 8 games in a row for the Hastings Sodbusters against the Fremont MOO tonight. We have a game every night from now until Sunday, including 2 games for a doubleheader on Saturday. So get your baseball fix here with us this week. We've got plenty of good competition for the red-hot Hastings Sodbusters, winners of 3 straight and 6 of the last 7, and coming off a 2-game doubleheader sweep against the Fremont MOO on Saturday, where they won by scores of 3-1 and 5-1. They'll wrap up that short 3-game series with yesterday off here tonight here at Duncan Field. About a 6:35 usual start time anticipated for us, as the Busters will go for the series sweep of the Fremont MOO. Man, can't believe I'm saying that, but we're going to hope for a Buster win so they can best the MOO for the first time in 3 straight games in a long time. I'm Ryan Valenta, joined along with Steve Stein, who we'll hear from in our Sodbuster Spotlight in just a few moments. Steve got a chance to catch up with second-year Sodbuster Sawyer Duddleston, not a part of the team last year, but in 2022. We'll hear what he has to say. Duddleston's had a pretty good bat. He had the best average of that 8-game road trip for Hastings, and he has been looking very good, one of the solid producers on the Sodbuster offense, and a reliable guy out in the outfield as well. Coming up is that Sodbuster Spotlight, and we'll tell you about the long homestand for the Sodbusters, as well as just what has been different for this team this year. It's hard to believe that last year the Sodbusters had only won a handful of games. They have won 10 already this season and hold the second-best record in the Independence League. Coming up after the break, Sodbuster Spotlight with Steve Stein and Sawyer Duddleston.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. We feature Sodbuster Baseball. It's a Sodbuster Spotlight. Great chance to hear from Sawyer Duddleston, a guy that we didn't know we'd see again after he played 2 years ago. Didn't play for the Sodbusters last summer. Talk a bit about why you wanted to come back and play for Hastings this summer.
One big thing was just I love Hastings. I love everybody out here. I love being a Sodbuster. Love all the guys. Got a bunch of good word about Skip, so I knew I would like him immediately. And just some struggles this last year. I didn't play in Hastings last year, but I guess it's superstition, but the year I did play in Hastings, the next college year, I went off a little bit, so we're looking to replicate that some more.
And we'd love to have you back, and I know Scott gave you the hard time. You call him, he says, yeah, you can come play for us if you don't suck. What was your reaction to that?
I mean, which is fair. You don't want any of your dudes to suck, but he kind of put it on me early, just you got to replicate what you did for us 2 years ago, and I told him, hey, I'm your man. I can do that for you.
It is hard. I mean, baseball, it's like I saw you strike out, and I just kind of mentioned on the air, you're not going to get a hit every time,
right.
and it's hard to put that behind you. What was there something you pointed to in the spring, or was it mechanics? What have you found here in the summer that maybe didn't have in the spring?
My biggest thing in the spring was I just struggled with my feel, so I just started replicating my buddy's swings, and I was just messing around. And Keaton Ronaldo, our right fielder at Arkansas Tech, I just started replicating his swing one day. I started hitting the ball real well, and I kind of just kept it.
It's gone really well for you this summer. How fun is it to be back? I know kind of a totally new group of dudes from 2 years ago, but it seems like there's a pretty cool chemistry with this group.
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody clicked day one. I feel like that's the biggest thing with summer ball is just playing with dudes you like. Like, you could have the most talented team out there, but if you don't like any of your boys, you're not going to have fun. You're not going to be good. We're pretty good. We're coming for everybody, but we might not be most talented team in the world, but I guarantee we're the closest team right now, so that's going to help us out a whole lot.
And it starts a lot with the Arkansas Tech kids. How fun is it to have a bunch of teammates on this team?
It's awesome. I mean, just coming here with 5 of my brothers already. I got my ex-roommate Will Horton here tonight. It was fun seeing him come out here and support, and it's just cool having dudes I'm close with already here, so that's awesome.
We're talking with Sawyer Duddleston. I mean, a lot's been made of the offense as we visit well over 400, but talk about the outfield assist against the Fremont MOO as they tried to test your arm out there in right.
Hey man, the arm's got to make up for what the legs lack. I've never been the fastest guy, but I got to get good reads and I got to make good throws. So I feel like that's where I try to work on when I'm working on my outfield stuff. And I mean, I could work on my speed, but it's more fun throwing the ball hard.
Well, and you get a chance to play right field. I heard you played some center field for Arkansas Tech, though, right? So, I mean, the speed must be good enough at that level.
It was there for a little bit. My redshirt freshman year, I started in center, and then going into my sophomore year, I started in center the first few games, but mainly been a corner outfielder in my career at Tech so far.
Trying to set the foundation for what you hope to be a special year. First team-wise, Arkansas Tech pretty darn good again, it sounded like.
Yes, sir. Had a great year. I think we were second in school history for wins, so obviously doing something right there. Pitchers helped out a whole lot. Sticks got hot at the right time, but yeah, it was a great year at Tech. So.
And what's the foundation look like? A lot of guys coming back?
I mean, I think we graduated 10 guys. We graduated Will, talked about him earlier, graduated a couple outfielders, but guys still got a solid core, so we should be good next year.
Talking with Sawyer Duddleston, the Hastings Sodbusters. Talk about the guys that you've enjoyed so far, not the Arkansas Tech guys. Who have you enjoyed as you're getting to know guys here in this summer ball?
I mean, truly, there is no dude that I dislike on the team. I love all the guys. Nasser, one of my boys. Lex over here, I take Lex to practice every day. He's my boy. Just everybody, man. Jarv, love Jarv. Just all the guys. I love everybody.
Very cool. We're talking with the man, Sawyer Duddleston. Tell us a bit about academics. Are you online to graduate? What's the plan here? Senior year, right?
So academic-wise, I graduated last December.
Okay.
I'm getting my master's in digital marketing. So I got 18 more hours in that, and then I'm a grown-up, I guess.
Very cool. So did you get your business degree?
I did, yes. I got my degree in business management, and then I'm getting my digital marketing master's right now. So.
What do you see yourself doing with a digital marketing master's?
Coaching, which is not the answer you expected to hear. I mean, I've kind of thought, I'm young, I'm only 22, I'm going to graduate this year. I kind of want to try out coaching, just give that a try for a couple years, and if I hate it, I got my whole life to work in corporate America. So. Well,
that's one thing about it. You're going to have the degree, you can spend your summers doing this, you may not want to be doing this when you're 50.
That's true, very true, yeah. No, there's got to be something to fall back on, but I see myself, doing what my dad does in sales and just management later in life. So,
but the coaching aspect of it, you don't have a high school teaching degree. Do you see yourself on the college level?
If I could choose, yes, it would be at the collegiate level. I'll probably start out graduate assistant somewhere, but if I could end up as just hitting is something I've always understood really well, and I just love diving into hitting. So if I could coach that at a big level someday, that would be the dream.
Do you get those kind of connections, more of those in the summer, where you get to know so many different guys, you get to talk to other coaches? Do you network pretty well to try to look for those opportunities?
Oh, absolutely. The first conversation I had with Skip was, "Hey, man, I'm shadowing you this year. I'm learning from you." So, and we've been working on that. He's been good in that, showing me what a coach looks like, and it's been a good role model for that. So it's been awesome.
Sawyer Duddleston. You want to know what a hitter looks like? It's been Sawyer Duddleston the first games for the Hastings Sodbusters. He is our Hastings Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Back at Duncan Field, as we just heard from our Sodbusters Spotlight with Steve Stein and Sawyer Duddleston. Going to be seeing more of Sawyer Duddleston, of course, in our lineup today, as we just heard from him, one of the hottest bats, and what a career path Sawyer plans on taking. Get your master's, and if coaching doesn't work out, you've got a master's degree. Excellent point by Steve Stein there. Steve, good to be back. Hope you had a good reprieve from me on Saturday.
I missed you, man. It wasn't the same.
If you're wondering, I was over at Hastings College doing some radio broadcasting for the annual Sertoma 8-man football all-star game. So the last of football that high schoolers are going to be seeing until August, and it was an excellent game out there. Had a few local-ish guys. We had a Giltner guy and a Lawrence Nelson guy playing in the 8-man. Obviously here Hastings, Adams Central, and St. Cecilia 11-man football, but just a good overall experience. And we mentioned for a 8-man football, which is traditionally known for its offense, a rather low-scoring game. The West team beat the East team by a score of 22-8. Enough about football. Let's get back to baseball here. Duncan Field, our matchup today. The Hastings Sodbusters hosting the Fremont MOO for game number 3 of this elongated series, if you will. The doubleheader on Saturday. Both games went in favor of the Sodbusters, and both teams had yesterday off for Sunday, and then they will have their final game tonight before Hastings will welcome the Plainsmen to town for 2 games tomorrow. We'll see Fremont back in town Thursday and Friday, and then we'll have the Prospects for 3 games in a doubleheader Saturday and 1 game on Sunday before the Busters hit the road for another week, and then the month of July gets crazy. A lot of Sodbuster baseball coming your way. But Steve, we were talking about this before the game. This is just such a difference, Independence League, from last year. I mean, at this point, last year you had your Nebraska Prospects, you had your Fremont MOO, and kind of Casper, kind of Spearfish that were just all going off on the league, and then Oahe and Hastings were just sitting down at the bottom of the pond here, but a totally different Sodbuster team. Casper atop of the leaderboard right now, but Fremont, not the best this year, and especially the Nebraska Prospects, not really good at so far at all this year. I mean, just it's been almost like it's been turned upside on its head this year, Steve.
Yeah, it's a fascinating prospect, if you will, to take a look at that Nebraska Prospects team. They are just not the same squad, and I think overall, maybe talent-wise in the whole league, maybe it's not quite as top-heavy. Certainly hitting-wise, there's not a great hitting team other than Spearfish, maybe. Casper's pretty good, but visiting with Rich Ray, who's seen just about everybody now, he thinks Casper was better last year. Of course, Fremont was a lot better, and Fremont did so many things on the bases last year that just really hurt you.
Yes.
And they haven't gotten on base enough to hurt you at this point. This is a Fremont squad which they were solid offensively, and they were so pesky this year. This is a Fremont team that's hitting only 233 on the season. So,
yes.
And the Sodbusters really shut them down. Just 1 run in each of the games. South Dakota State Prospects doing really well for the Hastings Sodbusters, starting-wise on the mound in 2 very well-pitched games on Saturday.
Absolutely. And the Sodbusters, like we mentioned, it took them 10 games to win just 1 game last year, but a 10-5 record coming into this game. And for the Sodbusters, hitting .246 on the year, I think more impressively is that under 4 ERA. If you remember last year, the Sodbusters' teen ERA was well over 8 and even over 9 for a good portion of the season. It's game 3 of the Sodbusters and the Fremont MOO. It's now time to bring you our starting lineups here for tonight's contest. First for the visitors from Fremont, their leadoff hitter is Josh Blunt, who will play center field. Batting second and playing right field is Wyatt Yetter. Batting third and playing shortstop is Steven Espinoza. Batting fourth and designated hitting is Parker Mooney. Batting fifth, playing first base, Cooper Fuccino. Batting sixth and playing catcher is Grant Nodelman. Batting seventh, playing second base, Connor Peterson. Batting eighth, playing third base is Isaac Bonner. And batting ninth and doing the left field work is Cole Fowler. Real quickly for the Sodbusters, leading off at second base is Drew Vega, followed by Josh Printer playing shortstop. Then Sawyer Duddleston with right field. Cale Jensen batting fourth doing the designated hitting. Dino Morales at third base batting fifth. Ryan Jarvis playing left field batting sixth. Matthias Kroll batting seventh playing catcher. Jack Borgman at first base batting first. And Alexio Delgado playing center field and batting ninth. The National Anthem. We always love a good instrumental national anthem. Excellent job by our trumpet player down there. Sodbusters take the field in their golden Sodbuster yellows with green hats and numbers. Fremont in their road purples with orange numbers. Taking the hill for the Sodbusters today is Nathan Masser. Nathan Masser takes the bump today for the Sodbusters. He'll be making his fourth start of the season. 11 1/3 innings for the Saginaw Valley State prospect. 0-1 record on the season. He's given up 6 earned runs, walked 12, struck out 14 to the tune of a 3.70 ERA. And I think if there's a one number that pops out about Massar's number, it is those 12 walks in just those 11 1/3 innings pitched. Massar's kind of been on and off. Yeah, there's had a very, very good games or not so good games so far. His first outing, when he went through 5 innings against Oahe, he pitched scoreless, but he's allowed at least 3 runs in each of his past 2 starts. Steve will look to see a bounce-back performance from Nathan Massar today on the mound to limit this Fremont squad who has had troubles on offense the past 2 games.
And the Sodbusters have done really well against them this year in 3 contests, a team ERA of 2.34. Of course, on Saturday, the doubleheader sweep, and Fremont managing just 4 hits in the first game, just 3 hits in game 2. Massar, hopefully he can carry over his offense to the pitcher's mound. He got his first base hit for the Sodbusters from a catching standpoint, and a huge one, a 2-out single to extend the lead in the second game of that doubleheader on Saturday.
So he gets a chance on the mound today. And behind the plates doing the catching is Matthias Kroll, who has mostly turned into a pitcher this year, but he will see time on the field today. Give that arm off for the moment. But leading off is Josh Blunt for the Fremont MOO. And again, Fremont's offensive struggles in this series so far. Just 1 run in each game, 4 hits in game 1, and 3 hits in game 2. We're set to go. Josh Blunt digs in. Massar takes the mound. Delivers from the windup at 6:33 p.m. First pitch is a called strike.
Blunt, a guy who had 237 last year. Not many returnees from last year's Fremont squad, which won the Independence League title.
Fremont looked very, very good in the first half last season. They kind of coasted to on the second half. They won the first half title. Casper won the second half. Again, Independence League, you win the halves of the season, and then both those teams play each other for the Independence League championship. Big swing and a miss for Josh Blunt. 0 for 3 on the series so far against the Sodbusters for Josh Blunt. One of the few returners for Fremont last year. And he's facing a 1-2 count. Massar pumps it home. Oh, a flinch. A flinch by the home plate umpire. Thought we might have had the called strike 3 there. Appeared to be just maybe a little high or outside. Blunt takes it. Count goes to 2-2. Long look in. Finally comes home. Breaking ball stays high. 3-2. Defense behind. Massar from left to right. Ryan Jarvis, Alexiel Delgado, Sawyer Duddleston. Third to first, Dino Morales, Josh Printer, Drew Vega, and Jack Borgman. Payoff. Off the fists and foul down the first base line. And Steve, you have the umpires for tonight's. Sorry, I forgot to write it down.
T. Smith is the home plate umpire. Daniel Roth in the field for today's matchup between Fremont and Hastings.
Payoff again. Swing and a miss. Massar gets him swinging. Good start for the Saginaw Valley State's products. One out on strikes. So again, Massar, in that very first game where he started against Oahe, struck out 11 batters in that contest. He has only struck out 3 batters in his next 2 appearances combined since. Wyatt Yetter bats with 1 out in the top of the first, and he takes high and in for ball 1. Yetter had the day off in the Saturday doubleheader, so seeing his first action in this series. He's batting .353 for the Moo as he fouls that pitch off. .353 in 7 games. 6 for 17. 1 double, 3 runs driven in. Also has a very good eye at the plate. 7 walks to 3 strikeouts. For a team on Fremont that strikes out almost 2 times as much as they walk. Big swing and a miss. Massar blows it by him. And Yetter down to his last strike. Wind is blowing today. Not that that's going to factor any home run balls at all. Pitch misses just outside, 2-2. Wind blowing in pretty strongly from right center field. So fly balls to right field will be knocked down a ton. Anything to left field could be trouble. 2-2. Breaking ball hit into the hole. Grabbed at third by Morales. Long throw and a long stretch by the Giant over at first, Jack Borgman, who hauls it in for out number 2.
You mentioned the strikeout and walks numbers. This squad for Fremont, 90 walks, 154 strikeouts, which isn't very good, but they combat that with pitching. They have struck out 110 more than they've walked. 178 Ks for the Fremont pitching staff and just 68 walks.
Yeah, 2.74 ERA for Fremont. Unfortunately, Sodbusters have cracked the code. First pitch swinging as Steven Espinosa lifts it into left field. Out there is Ryan Jarvis. It finally comes down, and Jarvis squeezes it for a 1-2-3 inning for Nathan Massar and the Sodbusters. Top of the Busters order coming up in the bottom of the first. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Scoreless appearance for Nathan Massar in his first 3 batters. Set him up 1-2-3 in the top of the first. And coming up for Hastings, going to be Drew Vega, Josh Printer, and Sawyer Duddleston. And they will have to do so against the Fremont starter, Dylan Dreesen. Dylan Dreesen, a South Dakota State product. So they know he knows a couple of guys on the Hastings roster. Dreesen is making his second appearance of the season. He last started a week ago against Casper, where he went 6 innings through 102 pitches, only allowed 2 hits, no runs, walked 1, and struck out 10, and got the win against the best team in the league right now, handing Casper just 1 of their 4 losses. And like we talked about, Steve, and talked with Rich Ray earlier, if this Dylan Dreesen kid is on, he could cause some problems for this Sodbuster lineup.
Would be the ace of this Fremont team here in the early going, so the Sodbusters have to have a good approach at the plate. Guy's going to hit 90, 92 with his fastball, and so the Sodbusters done a good job winning close games, winning well-pitched contests, and it could be another one of those kind of games here tonight, as the runs could be at a premium for both sides.
Say what you will about low-scoring games in a day where today's ball travels so far for some. Always nice to see a pitcher's duel at some point. Dreesen yanks ball 1 down low and into Drew Vega. And how about Drew Vega's recent performances? 7 hits in his past 3 contests. He is 7 for 12 ever since the last game on the road against Spearfish. He takes a strike for strike 1. 4-hit game against Spearfish. Had to get hit in game 1 of the doubleheader, and then 2 hits in game 2 of the doubleheader. So 3 for 7 just in this series for Drew Vega, who has had a surprisingly hot bat. Right back up the middle and through into center field. And Vega starts the Busters off with a leadoff base hit into center.
He's also the leading stolen base guy, 6 out of 8. However, Cooper Fucino, well, he's not doing the catching tonight. It'll be interesting to see if they test Grant Nodelman, the 3rd different catcher that this Sodbuster team has seen. They ran at will in the first game of the doubleheader. Fucino really shut down the running game in game 2. What will they do here with early opportunities?
Well, catcher Grant Nodelman behind the plate for Fremont. Here's Josh Printer, who takes ball 1. So after Nathan Massar records 3 quick outs, Drew Vega spoils the perfect game and the no-hitter, 1 batter in. Pick off, check on Vega at first. Make sure he's not going anywhere. Nodelman has logged the 3rd most innings behind the plate for Fremont, and he has allowed all 6 runners to steal on him. Breaking ball misses up high, and you can get a closer look at Dreesen on the mound. Interesting set formation he has. Kind of has the arm hanging down, almost Craig Kimbrell-like, but look at how far outside of the pitching rubber that front foot is. Printer swings and misses.
I think a right-handed hitter, that'd be really tough because the ball would come in right on top of you.
That ball probably has some cut action to it, too. 2-1, Printer late on the fastball again. So far in the early going, Dreesen in the upper 80s. His fastball has hit 91 at the most so far. Vega remains at first. Printer with a 2-2 count. Pick off to first. Vega back in safely. The wind really starting to gust in now, straight from the outfield. And if there was a time to hit it on the ground, today would probably be it. 2-2, swing and a miss. Printer late on 3 fastballs, and he is retired for the first out of the bottom of the first.
91 degrees, the game time, and 23 miles an hour with higher wind gusts here at Duncan Field. To mention the fact it could be tough to score runs.
So Dreesen's fastball about matching the temperature right now. Next batter taking strike one is Sawyer Duddleston. Just got word that last pitch on the strikeout from Printer was 92. So Sawyer Duddleston gets the hook dropped on him for the first pitch of his at-bat. Duddleston 2 for 5 in the series. Pick off, and Vega's once again back in safely. Third time they've checked on him. Kind of has the weird Vega, he's leaning very heavily but hasn't gone. Called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dreesen gets set at the letters and delivers home. And that's strike 3. Pardon, I'd missed a strike, so Duddleston's called out. And back-to-back strikeouts for the Moo starter, Dreesen.
2 outs now. It'll be interesting to see if they try to turn Vega loose. So you got a guy who works pretty quickly to the plate and has a nice move to first. So will they challenge Nodelman behind home plate?
Like we just mentioned, Nodelman has not thrown out a runner this year. As Dreesen pumps in a strike to Cale Jensen. Good to see Jensen back here at Duncan Field. A offensive spark for the Busters last year. Seeing his 3rd game so far this year. A delayed steal by Vega, and he's going to beat the throw. Throw gets away, but no further advance by Vega. Well, good choice there. Vega did not run initially on first move, kind of a delayed steal, and he's in there.
And Nodelman really fooled by that, kind of got sleeping a little bit, and Vega now 7 for 9 in stolen bases. He got caught twice a couple of times on Saturday, but he also stole 2 bags.
Cale Jensen, an excellent spring season with Northeast Community College. He led practically every offensive category for the Hawks in Norfolk. High breaking ball shaves off the top of the zone for strike 2. So after allowing the leadoff single, Dylan Dreesen for Fremont 1 strike away from punching out the next 3 batters. But Vega's in scoring position if Jensen can find the green grass out there. He hits it to the right side, not hard hit at all. Connor Peterson collects, throws to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. The leadoff single stranded at second base. 1 hit, 1 left, and nobody home for the Busters in the 1st inning. We go to the top of the 2nd, still scoreless.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. No score after inning number 1. Nathan Massar back out for his 2nd inning of work. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the 1st, 1 strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. So 4, 5, and 6 due up for Fremont. And this is a Fremont team that, like we mentioned, excellent in the first half last year, has yet to really find their groove so far. But unlike the Sodbusters, who have won 3 in a row and 6 of their last 7. Looking to continue their winning ways today. Fremont, on the other hand, has lost 3 straight after they won 5 straight before they lost 3 straight before they, yeah, well, you get the idea. A very streaky Fremont team so far in this season. And taking strike 1 is Parker Mooney. Mooney got the day off for Fremont on Saturday. And as the designated hitter, we'll see his first playing time as he fouls that pitch off. Parker Mooney on the season, just appearing in his 7th game. We did not see him in the first game on opening day either, so getting his first chance against the Sodbusters this year, down to his last strike. Fouls it back to the screen to stay alive. .222 average for Mooney. Just 4 for 18 on the season. 2 singles, 2 doubles. Has driven in 3 runs, walked twice, and struck out 4 times. Massar with the 0-2. Fastball just misses low. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. As you may be able to see, outfield playing at normal to even maybe even a little bit shallower depth, as that wind is howling in from right center. Breaking ball that just misses down low, and a good take by Mooney to improve the count in his favor, 2-2.
Biology major. He's from Augustana, and good baseball blood. His dad's the head coach at Creighton Prep.
Excellent. 2-2 right off Massar's knee, it looked like. Charging in is Vega, and he will not get him in time. I'll have to check on Massar. He got some part of his body, either the glove or the left leg.
I think it deflected off his glove, and maybe it got part of his body, then the glove. I know it got the glove for sure. Whether it got part of that knee, they don't even come out and look at him, so I think he's going to be okay. And unfortunate for the Sodbusters there, is couldn't quite get the comebacker. Fairly well hit, but the infield single will get the first base runner aboard for Fremont.
Tough luck for the Busters there. Vega try as he may, do or die play, just about a half step late of making a stellar play. First pitch is in there for strike 1 to Cooper Fucino. Fucino been with the Moo all year. He's just 1 for 4 in the series. Again, Fremont just with 7 hits in the 2-game, 7-inning doubleheader on Saturday. Big wave and a miss on the breaking ball from Massar there. Quickly ahead, 0-2. Fucino on the year with 18 hits in 56 tries. Good for the most on the team, and that fouled back to the screen. Fucino with the most hits. 4 of them have gone for extra bases. 1 of them has left the yard. He has also driven in 7 runs. So he's been one of the best offensive producers. So they've got him in the 5-hole today. Again, the 0-2, just outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sodbusters in their gold uniforms today, since we're keeping track of things that don't matter there. But that matters right there. Strike 3 looking, and Fucino can't pull the trigger. He struck out. We'll take that.
You betcha. Sodbusters 3-1 in the golds, 4-2 in the greens, 3-2 in the blacks. So no real separation from any of the unis yet this year.
So far. Very curious to see how that's going to end.
Are you? Are you really?
I am, yes. Pitch in the turf, it gets away, and getting down to second is Parker Mooney on the wild pitch. Went with the first pitch breaking ball to the catcher, Grant Nodelman. And Matthias Kroll not able to keep it close enough. And a runner in scoring position for Fremont with 1 out. Nodelman had the doubleheader off. So he's seeing his first time in the series. Grounds it to the right side. That'll get the runner over. Vega fields, throws on to first in time. For the second out, Mooney advances to third, and coming up is Connor Peterson.
Good opportunity for the Sodbusters to survive this inning with no damage done if they can make one more defensive play.
And they will have to get through the aforementioned Connor Peterson, and he is having a horrendous start to his season. 1 for 23. And that pitch is in there for a strike. It gets away from Matthias Kroll. That 1 hit came in the first game of the doubleheader against Fremont on Saturday, and that drove in a run, and Steve had the old announcer's jinx with that hit there, if you may recall.
0 for 17, baby. Step to the plate, whack. Double down the line, and he now has his first hit of the year, and Matthias Kroll had to get a new glove. So a new catcher's mitt there for Matthias. He had to have a a glove, so he's got the backup glove. Hopefully that does not affect him. Runner at third, 2 outs, trying to keep this Fremont team off the board.
I was wondering why it was called a strike, too. It's probably because he caught it, and maybe it went right through the webbing of his glove. Obviously, if a pitch is down low, the umpire's never going to get you the call, but it must have caught the zone and went right through that leather. 1-1 to Peterson, down low in the turf, 2 balls and 1 strike. Peterson also one of the returners for Fremont last year. Funny story about him first after this pitch from Nathan Massar. Can't pull the trigger. It's a called strike 2 in Buster Ball, our take on Banana Ball. Connor Peterson was actually the guy who broke the bunting rule in that game and was immediately thrown out of the game. It was all for theatrics, of course. He was playfully mad, as that's line to Vega, who picks it off the ground just in time to get the catch for the outs. Any shorter, that might be a short hop, could cause trouble, but Peterson lines out with the game's first run on third base, and we are still scoreless after the top of the second inning. 1 hit, 1 left, nobody across for Fremont. Buster's coming up after this.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Bottom of the second inning, back at Duncan Field. No score. Fremont Hastings in Game 3 of their 3-game series. Sodbusters looking for the series sweep. And for the Sodbusters, who only won 1 game against Fremont all last season, how sweep it would be to get this win today.
Heck of a lot of fun. And Sodbusters still with outside hopes of winning the first half. Somebody's got to beat Casper this final week, and the Sodbusters nearly have to win every game.
First pitch to Dino Morales, where we've got 5, 6, and 7 coming up. Morales, Ryan Jarvis, and Matthias Kroll due up against Dylan Dreesen, who allowed a leadoff single. Morales pops it in the air. Shallow infield, Cooper Peterson at second puts it away for out number 1.
Mention the fact, Casper, they are in command, 14-4, 2.5 ahead of Hastings, and they have just been handling competition, winning yesterday 14-9. They've outscored opponents by 83 in their 18 games.
So is it the June the 28th? Is that the end of the first half season then?
It is the 23rd.
Oh, man. Okay, so
coming up this week. Yep.
That is less than a week from today. So these next 8 games, the Sodbusters have to make up just over 3, maybe 4 games in the standings. Ground ball to second for Ryan Jarvis on the 0-1 pitch. Low throw by Peterson, but collected by Cooper Fruccino at first. 2 up, 2 down for Dylan Dreesen, who set down 5 straight.
Officially 2.5 back, Fremont's 3.5 back, but the Moo have the advantage of actually going to Casper to try to win a couple to gain on them directly. So weird to say, but Hastings is going to be Fremont fans for the next couple of days.
Yes. Sodbusters will not see Casper until July the 8th, when they will play Casper for 7 days in a row. 4 games at home and 3 games on the road. Fouled out of play. This is Matthias Kroll. Down in the count, 0-2. Matthias got the day off on Saturday. Seen his first action in the Sodbuster series, and like we mentioned, Matthias Kroll thought to be a catcher. He has since transitioned more to a pitcher role. That is fouled off to the right side. Talked with Scott Galusha before the game and said, well, you know, at summer ball, if you can throw, you're going to throw. And if you want to throw, let them know and they'll get you in there at some point. Matthias bounces it to the right side and it sneaks through for a base hit. Even with the outfield playing shallow, no chance to throw him out at first base, and it goes through for the second hit for the Busters.
Maybe that gets him going offensively. Just 125 in the early going for Matias, who hit 350 in the spring.
And here's another guy now at the plate that needs to get it going as well. Jack Borgman, an electric start in a Sodbuster uniform to start the season. Had multi-hit games in 3 of his first 4 games. Little check swing, grounder to first base. Cooper Fucino will win the race to the bag, and record Borgman out for the final out of the inning. Sodbusters strand a 2-out single, and we are scoreless through 2 innings. We'll be right back with the top of the third on Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
No score after 2 innings of play. Sodbusters with 2 hits, Fremont with 1 hit. Like we mentioned, and what we've expected so far, a little bit of a pitcher's duel here between Nathan Massar and Dylan Dreesen of Fremont. Innings 3 and 4 belong to the one and only Steve Stein.
Thank you very much, Ryan. The Hastings Sodbusters 10 and 5, jumping Fremont in the standings with that doubleheader sweep on Saturdays. It's 8-9 and 1 for the MOO. Neither of these teams hit it real well, although the Sodbusters have done much better at home this season. You look at their home batting average at .288, while they're just .214 on the road. And of course, the Sodbusters off to a sparkling start, 6-1 here at home, and really fortunate to go 4-4 on that road trip. When you saw the team hit .214 with a 7.01 ERA, I think did they win a game? For them to manufacture forward, it all began with good starting pitching at times, and able to play good defense and get enough runs to get the sweep against Oahe and the split against Spearfish. And now stepping to the plate, taking ball 1, this is Isaac Bonner. Bonner, like many of the Fremont Moos, scuffling. He is at 178 coming into today, a double, 2 runs batted in, 8 runs scored. Does have a couple of stolen bases. He has 1 hit against Hastings so far in 9 at-bats, and he takes ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, as we're in the top half of inning number 3. No score. And another weird stat, Hastings has still scored first in every home game this year. Pitch is going to be a little bit low for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Massar, when he's had problems, it's when he's given up the free passes. And he had been clean in that respect the first 2 innings. Can he battle back 3-0? He cannot. A 4-pitch walk to Isaac Bonner, the number 8 hitter, and Cole Fowler will come to the plate now for Fremont.
Like we saw all last season, leadoff walks, even just walks in general, the absolute buster killer last year, and that's really been no different this year. And I mean, to any team, leadoff walks, it's basically one of Murphy's laws. If you leadoff walk a guy, he's going to come around to score.
And the number 9 hitter, Cole Fowler, steps in, and especially with this lineup right now that's not swinging it well, you want to throw strikes. Cole Fowler, case in point, 3 out of 26, 115 on the year. He is the beer batter right here, and it's strike 1 to him as Massar, a good bounce back after the 4-pitch walk. Brings home the 0-1 delivery, and that is just missing. 1 ball and 1 strike on Cole Fowler for the Fremont MOO. He has made his college plans known here recently as far as his next step. Going to go to Pikeville, Kentucky, an NAIA school after playing at Saracoso College in California, and he's way behind on the offering from Massar here and fouls it away. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cole Fowler.
Just a little bit lower on that foul ball, and one of the Moo in the dugout lose a head or something in there. That was a rocket.
No runs, 1 hit for the Moo. No runs, 2 hits for the Busters. We're in the top half of the third inning. 9-inning contest after we had the 7-inning doubleheader on Saturday between these two teams. Massar's 1-2 pitch. Curveball, good stop for Kroll, and not going anywhere is the guy at first base, Isaac Bonner, who does have a little bit of speed, 2 for 2 in stolen bases. Not the same kind of explosiveness for Fremont this year that they had last year. They just ran against most teams. Sodbusters have actually stolen base them by a ways. Pitch high and tight, a little chin music there. Now we're all the way back to 3-2. And yeah, you want to get a strikeout, but you need to get the out right here. Otherwise, you walk the 8 and 9 hitters. And the top of the order coming up. Some big pitch coming up here for Massar. He's out of the stretch. And the pitch. Fouled away again. A good job for Fowler to make Massar put another one in the zone. As the Hastings Sodbusters trying to keep this Fremont team at bay, keep them cold, if you will, and continue a 3-game winning streak in an important last week of the first half. First half is going to end on Saturday. 3-2 delivery. Inside, hit him. It's going to be ball 4 regardless. We'll say officially hit by pitch. And now first and second, nobody out with the top of the order coming up.
Yeah, like you mentioned, ball 4 anyway. And an official call from home plate umpire is the hit by pitch there. And Massar unfortunately losing the batter there after being ahead, way ahead in the count. And Sodbusters' streak of scoring first in jeopardy here. Fremont with a very good opportunity here in the third.
So no free passes for Massar through the first 2 frames, but the first 2 have reached. And now bunt attempt here for Blunt, and it's fouled back. No balls and a strike on Josh Blunt, one of the returning guys at 237 a year ago. He's out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. He goes a long way. I don't know if he drives that, but he is from Wisconsin and plays at Corpus Christi, Texas. That's got to be a haul if you're going to put your backpack in the back and make that road trip for college.
It's almost in the middle between college and home here.
Yep. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, 2 strikes. Massar had Fowler down 0-2. Could he find a way to finish it off against Josh Blunt? Blunt joined the team after the Sodbusters played Fremont in the Sodbusters season opener. Played the first game of the doubleheader, went 0 for 3 on Saturday. Just 4 hits on the season in 24 attempts, under 200. 0-2 pitch, fouled away. Blunt gets a piece of that one and stays alive. It remains no balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter for the Fremont Moo, Josh Blunt.
I'd like to see Massar take maybe a longer of a second look at the runners. Isaac Bonner at second base getting a very, very big secondary lead. He could probably steal third on anything that is not cleanly caught by Matthias Kroll.
Printer comes in to try to keep him a little closer this time, and the curveball is low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fremont under the direction of Connor McGonigal and Ben Asher. It's Joel Skipper, head man for the Hastings Sodbusters, to go along with his duties as the head coach of the Hastings College Broncos. 1-2 the count. Nobody out. 2 on for Fremont here on the top of the third. And the pitch. Misses for ball 2. 2-2. A lot of pitches being thrown by Massar here in this inning. He's now up to 47 pitches overall, and just 26 of them have been strikes. Like that ratio to be a little more strike heavy. 2-2. Big pitch here. Trying to find a way to get him. Don't want to go to 3-2. Line drive, center field, base hit. Delgado couldn't get there, and here comes the runner around third. The throw is in time. Alexiel Delgado, a little hesitation whether he could catch that one in the air. Didn't matter as he has the hose, and he throws out Bonner. So it's a single, but Fremont has first and second and 1 out, and still a scoreless tie.
Like you said, little hesitation, double clutch, did not matter. The hose on 1 hop, Borgman wisely let it go, and Kroll in a perfect position. And it wasn't like Bonner got a bad jump at all. He read that very well. He knew it was going to be a base hit. That's just a better throw by Alexiel Delgado. And I think what Ben Asher is asking at third base is perhaps did Matthias Kroll give him a lane to slide? And I don't think he's going to win that argument.
So great job for Delgado. He's a Division I dude out there and certainly showing that Division I arm. Nice instincts. You kind of wondered, okay, do you try to catch it? Do you not? You don't want to go all-out slide and see that go all the way to the wall. Made the right decision and a tremendous throw. We saw an outfield assist to get a runner down at second in the doubleheader this past Saturday, and they take away a run from Fremont here as the Moos still have first and second, only one out with Wyatt Yetter. Yetter grounded to Dina Morales over at third, his first time up. No score in the third as Massar trying to wiggle out of trouble. Brings the pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1 strike as Wyatt Yetter muttered something to himself, maybe a little bit out loud. Barton County Cougar, he's an Omaha Roncalli guy, and one of their top hitters, 6 out of 17, did play against the Sodbusters. It was his Fremont debut. He went 0 for 3 and did knock in a run back in the Sodbusters season opener. 1-2 the count now as Yetter watched it go by. Massar ahead in the count here. He's kind of had a mix of being ahead or falling behind. Walking a man, hitting a man. Still only one out. Pitch way outside, 2-2, and good job for Kroll to keep it in front. And another pitch count that's being elevated here as Massar is up over 50 pitches now, 51 pitches just in the third.
Just doesn't seem like Nathan has very good command of the breaking ball. It's been the fastball that he's mainly been throwing for a strike.
2-2 pitch. That's a curveball that swung on and missed, and there are two outs as the Sodbusters have a chance to survive this with no damage done, and Steven Espinoza trying to salvage things for Fremont.
Did I mention how much Nathan Massar has been locating that curveball very well?
I think it was probably a ball, but it was swung on for a strikeout, so he kind of spiked it a little bit, and Yetter could not lay off it. Probably was ball 3. Here's Espinoza taking outside for ball 1 ball and no strikes. Talking to Rich Ray, probably one of their better players, Charleston Southern product. Although a coaching change there, he may be headed elsewhere. We'll see how it all works out. He's got a home run, a triple. Not a power-hitting team, Fremont. There really aren't many power-hitting teams. Spearfish probably the best candidate to have a long ball in the league. Count 1-1 strike on Steven Espinoza. Makes his home in California. Plays his college ball for now. Charleston. It's a long road trip. You're hoping he's got to be flying, doesn't he? That's a 2 or 3 or a 4-day trip across the country, huh?
That just depends. I mean, I know I've made the trip driving before, but that is not a fun drive.
1-2 pitch misses. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. A walk, a hit batsman, a single, but a throw out at home got the first out, then strikeout. And Espinoza trying to come through and put the team on his back here with the 2-2 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball. Massar's got it. He will run to first. Underhand toss and an escape trick there for Nathan Massar, with the tip of the hat to Alexiel Delgado along the way. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left with the bottom half of inning number 3. It's still scoreless. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At the bottom half of inning number 3, still a scoreless tie. Really important for Massar to put a 0 on the board because Dylan Dreesen is the dude for this Fremont team, and he has put zeros on the board each of the first 2 innings, facing 8 batters along the way. Sodbusters do have base runners in each of the innings. Leadoff single for Vega and a stolen base. A 2-out single for Kroll And now it'll be Delgado, Vega, and Printer, 9-1-2 to try and divide the measure of Dylan Dreesen. It's been South Dakota State series for you. Had 2 wins for South Dakota State products for the Hastings Sodbuster team on Saturday, and now you see the opponent with the South Dakota State starter as the Jackrabbits prominently featured here in Hastings. The pitch outside for ball 1. Alexiel Delgado is at the plate now and taking ball 2. Maybe finding a home at the bottom of the order for this squad as he had a 2-hit game in the first game of the doubleheader on Saturday. The double, an RBI, and a stolen base. And he takes ball 3 here. Did not get a run in the second game. He raised his batting average to 182 for the summer season. 3-0 the count on Alexiel Delgado. One of the characters on this team, and he takes strike 1. It's just really cool to see the chemistry. Delgado was giving Yamato Sato a hard time because somehow Sato got ice cream after the game on Saturday night, and they were giving Scott a hard time because he was favoring the Japanese-born players. It's a 5-pitch walk, and so Scott was giving it to Delgado. Something about being not liking the Hispanic guys, and Scott said, "You're from Florida. You're an American. I don't want to hear it." And then, Kroll piped up. The Canadian piped up. What, you don't like the Netherlands? What, you don't like Canada? And it was just it was a neat team bonding moment there as these guys do get along well. Back to the top of the order. Here's Drew Vega. Vega with the bunt. It's off the pitcher, and everybody is going to be safe. So the lay down of the bunt from Vega after Delgado walks, and the Sodbusters will have first and second and nobody out.
Well, there's a wet spot on the mound or something because Dreesen just took a tumble trying to get off the mound there. And then after he took a tumble, almost like he was trying to stretch out to get a glove on the ball and inadvertently threw his glove at the ball, which by the letter of the law, if you do that intentionally, that can put you in big trouble. And I think maybe that's what Joel Skipper is going to argue there, is that Dreesen's glove did come off his hand. And, I think that's what home plate umpire T. Smith is saying. It wasn't intentional. I don't think it was intentional either. But that's just a very weird sequence of events there. But it works out in the Sodbusters' favor.
So Vega aboard for the second time. And the Sodbusters, after doing the escape trick in the top of the inning, they have an opportunity with first and second and nobody out. Ruled an infield single there off the bat of Vega. He's already got a multi-hit game. And Josh Printer, we'll see if he's asked to bunt right here, particularly with the speed of the pitching of Dreesen. Try to get 2 guys to second and third and see what happens. And a square to bunt, and taking strike 1 is Josh Printer. So the wheels are turning, and Drew Vega continues to produce at the top of the order. Infield single on the bunt. First and second, nobody out. Dreesen a check of the runners. Squaring again is Printer. Gets the bunt down. Pitcher's got it. Only play to first, and perfect for Josh Printer to get the job done. Fundamental baseball, and the Sodbusters have second and third, 1 out with Duddleston and Jensen trying to deliver.
Excellent bunt by Josh Printer. It's so easy with a guy throwing that hard to get the barrel of the bat on that ball and just bunt it right back to the pitcher for a potential double play, or at least they get the leadoff guy out, but could not ask for a better situational placement on that bunt.
Sawyer Duddleston to the plate now. He's first pitch swinging and fouls it away. No balls and a strike on Sawyer Duddleston, who saw his batting average go down at home. He's now hitting .500 at home for the year after his day on Saturday, even though he continues to produce very, very well with hits in each of the games. And he hits this one into left field, a base hit. Here comes the run home. Sodbusters will get 1 out of this. Sawyer Duddleston comes through with an RBI single. Hastings has broken on top 1-0 and still in business here with runners at the corners and only 1 man out.
Excellent piece of hitting there. Went to the breaking ball, went down and got it, and put a little topspin on that ball. If that's a solid line drive, the left fielder Fowler probably catches that. Like you said, Steve, still a perfect position. Jensen could get something in the outfield to score another.
Runners at the corners and way behind the offering here from Dreesen, who probably had a little bit of frustration as he threw that one home. No balls and a strike. So Hastings getting it done with a walk, an infield single on a potential sacrifice, then a real sacrifice for Josh Printer. RBI single for Duddleston, and Sodbusters thinking crooked number right here. Pitch outside. And Duddleston, he does have the capability of taking off. We'll see if the Sodbusters try to manufacture a run here as the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Cale Jensen. Jensen had a hit in his first Sodbuster at bat, and it produced an RBI. He went 0 for 6 after that, so 1 for 6 coming into today as the throw over to first. Duddleston is back in safely for the Hastings Sodbusters, as he leads the team in many of the offensive categories. Stolen base is not one of them, but he does have 2 stolen bases in 3 attempts. Now Dreesen steps off. We'll get back atop the rubber. Always works out of the stretch, and he has that little funky delivery as he has that front foot way off to the left, or the right as you look at it, his left. Pitch swung on and missed, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And is that easier to pick up for a left-handed hitter? See what Jensen can get done as he's down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dreesen brings it home. Outside and high, went with the high hard one, trying to get Jensen to offer. He did not. 2-2 now on Cale Jensen. The Central City High School grad played his high school ball for Central City Fullerton Centura. 2-2 pitch on the way. Low for ball 3. 3-2 now, and we'll see what the Sodbusters do with Duddleston at first base. Do they put him in motion to try to avoid a double play, but then you risk a potential strike him out, throw him out, but the Sodbusters do have that runner at third. We'll see how it all comes out. Dreesen shakes off a couple of signs. He's back atop the hill. 3-2 pitch on the way. Checking his swing and taking ball 4. No, they ring him up, Jensen. They say he goes around, and that is a large call strikeout of Jensen. Now there's 2 on and 2 out for Dino Morales.
Oh, my. And that was an appeal to the field umpire, who was absolutely 100% sure that Jensen went around. I mean, from our vantage point, it looked like that could go either way. That is a tough call for a field umpire to make.
Now the Sodbusters in danger of only scoring 1. Now do you put Duddleston in motion here to see if you can get that runner home from third? 1-0 the count on Dino Morales, who popped it up his first time up to the second baseman. Here's the pitch. Over the head of Morales, ducks out of the way. Guy's throwing 90, you don't want to take that anywhere. And so he smartly ducks out of the way. If he's throwing that 7-8 mile an hour curveball, maybe so, but this guy can bring it. 2-0 pitch. Dreesen brings it. And swing and a miss. Morales way behind that offering. And 2-1 the counts on Morales with 2 on and 2 out and 1 home.
You could hear that last pitch by Dreesen, an audible grunt on that fastball here.
2-1 delivery. It's outside. It's 3-1. So he's getting the pitch count up there a little bit, and that's good news. Trying to get to the bullpen, and we've seen Dreesen now throw 45 pitches, and he's not completed the third. 3-1 delivery on the way. Morales lines this one to right field. That's a base hit. A run will score. Duddleston hits the second base bag. He's going to go to third. Runners will be at the corners. The throw back behind is wild. Sodbusters can't advance the runners, though, as Duddleston was laying on the ground at third. He got to his feet. By the time he did that, he couldn't advance further, but Dino Morales gets the RBI single to score Vega. Duddleston ends up at third, and Hastings has a 2-0 lead, and they're not done yet with Ryan Jarvis coming to the plate.
Now you'd like to score Duddleston from third there, but like you said, he was satisfied with hugging that base for a while and just did not get up in time and kicked right back to the first baseman close enough.
Here's Ryan Jarvis now, grounded out his first time up. He's been pretty good with 2 outs this year. He's first pitch swinging and fouls it away. Ryan Jarvis playing left field today. He was a fixture at first base on Saturday. Very good athlete and can play a lot of positions. The Saginaw Valley State Cardinal. 262 on the year, raised his batting average 46 points on Saturday. Pretty good day for Jarvis. 0-1 delivery, fouls the pitch away. It's now 0-2 on Jarvis, as Jarvis had a 3-hit game in the opener with a run batted in. Did go 0 for 2 and a run scored in the second contest. The Sodbusters sweeping Fremont 3-1 and 5-1. How about a series sweep after yesterday's day off? We'll find out. 0-2 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball foul. It remains 0-2 on Ryan Jarvis. Trying to help out his Saginaw Valley teammate, Nathan Massar, who is on the hill today and has worked 3 scoreless innings. 2-0. Sodbusters have scored first at home in every game this year. Crazy stat. 0-2 delivery.
High. It's through the catcher's mitt. And coming home is Duddleston. Having to come out of his stance was Nodelman. I think he thought he had it. And it bounced away, and the Sodbusters score a third run here with 2 outs.
Yeah, that one just off the glove there. That was super high. We've heard that Dreesen has hit as high as 94 this inning, and you can hear he is putting everything into these fastballs late in this inning.
It is officially a wild pitch. Another runner in scoring position now. 1-2 deliveries, fouled away. Jarvis, good battle here as he's fouled off a couple of good pitches and trying to put one in play and see if he can get Dino Morales home from second. It's one thing Sodbusters did a tremendous job against Fremont on Saturday. They had that big 4-run third inning to take a 5-0 lead. Yamato Sato with a 2-out, 2-run single, probably his biggest hit as a Sodbuster. And then the guy who's pitching today, Massar, with a 2-out single to bring home a run. Then they had a bases-loaded walk. Bouncing ball foul. It remains 1-2. Alexiel Delgado took that bases-loaded walk. So they didn't settle for the 2 runs, kept on scoring, and ended up winning by a relatively comfortable 5-1 margin as they got plenty of pitching from Jude Sundquist to start things off as he worked the scoreless innings, 7 of them, before 2 relievers came on and finished up. 1-2 with 2 outs, 3-0. Sodbusters on top. The pitch. And Jarvis swings and misses. And after all of that, the Sodbusters with a successful go as they get 3 runs on the board on 3 hits, and they leave a man. We head to the 4th inning. Hastings 3, Fremont nothing. It's Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
It is Sodbuster Baseball as we head to inning number 4. Sodbusters with a 3-0 lead. A 3 spot in that 3rd inning, getting it done. Single from Sawyer Duddleston to bring one home, and then able to get 2 runs with 2 outs. Dina Morales with the RBI single, and the wild pitch played at Duddleston for the 3rd run of the inning. So Hastings making the most out of their opportunities, and now they turn it back to Nathan Massar. We think about the way that inning turned when it looked like Fremont was going to take the lead, the outfield assist to take a run off the board, and then Hastings responds with 3 runs. As the Fremont MOO bat here, and the first pitch is a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Parker Mooney, DHing today. He had an infield single his first time up. Parker Mooney, the Creighton Prep Junior J, standing in the left-handed box, and the 0-1 delivery on the way. And bounces this one foul. Quickly 2 strikes on Parker Mooney. Mooney went .313 with 10 home runs, 37 runs batted in for Augustana. Really good Division II program. A biology major, and the son of the Creighton Prep head coach, Pat Mooney. 0-2 delivery on the way. Man, Prep's had some good teams. Line driver, softly hit at Drew Vega. No problem for the second baseman for the Hastings Sodbusters. There's 1 man out here in the 4th inning. Sodbusters on top, 3-0.
Really important for Massar to have a good inning here as they gave him a 3-run lead. And as we know in any level baseball, no lead is safe. I want to keep the zeros coming on the board, but first we're going to have to see if Joel Skipper can figure out looks like the pitch comm on Matthias's chest protector was all wonky, but they've got that fixed now.
Been all kinds of things for Matthias as he had to switch out gloves earlier, and now another piece of equipment goes awry, but just keep putting zeros on the board, Massar, and bouncing ball back up the middle, and that's into center field. No, it's not. Vega knocks it down, and will think better of throwing it. What an effort, what range for Drew Vega after
Somehow it did not hit Massar. He danced out of the way of that hard hit ball. It's a single for Cooper Ficino, 1 on, 1 out for the MOO. Massar just trying to stick the glove out defensively. Could not get a piece of it. And Vega, unbelievable range to keep that one from going into center field. So 1 on, 1 out for Grant Nodelman. A ground out his first time up. Sodbusters would take one of those right here and maybe have a chance at another double play in this homestand, this series. Tell you, with guys like Printer and Vega, they are a fun double play combo to watch up the middle for this Hastings Sodbuster team. 0-1 delivery on the way. And it's on the outside corner for strike 2. 0-2 on Grant Nodelman. Nodelman, Barton County Cougar. He is signed with Sam Houston State. He went to high school at Pius X. Played in the first game of the series, of the season series, rather 1 for 5 with a run scored. It was his debut for the Fremont MOO on that day, as they had the 2 Barton County kids both in the lineup. Fouls the pitch away, no balls and 2 strikes on Nodelman. Kind of like today, Nodelman and Yetter, the 2 Barton County guys, in the lineup today for this Fremont MOO team. 0-2 pitch. You say, where's Barton County? Central Kansas. It's in Great Bend. Barton County, a part of the Jayhawk Conference. There have been a lot of Division I players come out of the Jayhawk and gone on and had pretty good careers.
You telling me people don't know where Barton County is?
I'm just saying, maybe not. 1-2 delivery. I mean, if you got the folks from Matthias Kroll's folks are listening in, they probably do not know where Great Bend, Kansas is. But maybe they. I would suppose, being in the Netherlands, they probably know. They probably know geography better than Americans do. That's just because Americans are not very good at geography. 2-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3. Caught the outside corner. I don't think Nodelman's going to be particularly pleased with that, as the 4th strikeout of the game makes it 1 on and 2 outs for Connor Peterson.
Excellent pitch there. Had been working that outside part of the zone the whole at-bat there. Went with the hard fastball that time after getting strike 2, looking with the changeup. And nothing Nodelman could do to pull the trigger there.
So after scuffling his way through the 3rd, a walk and a hit batsman in the 3rd, and trying to work this 4th with a little less drama. Had the 1-out infield single, but a strikeout, and now Connor Peterson's up there. Peterson with a line out, his first time up to the shortstop. Peterson stands in the right-handed box. Massar, a check of the runner at first. Thus far, no movement for that runner. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Say, this Fremont team not nearly as steel-happy as they were a year ago. And I think that's just the roster they have. Much more built as a home run team when they're at home, although they have not been a home run hitting team. Nobody with more than 1 home run for Fremont in the early going. 1-2 pitch back to Massar. He's got it. He will run 3/4 the way to first, and both of those guys are going about 2/3 speed. And finally, an underhand toss as Massar kind of waves goodbye to Fremont as he heads back. It's a rivalry.
Yes, it is.
Hastings and Fremont.
He's got the attention of the Fremont dugout now. Everybody's looking over there. Whatever he said on there, they did not like, and I think the home plate umpire almost said, like, don't do that again. No reason for that.
No, you're up 3-0. You don't want to wake the giant.
No.
3-0 Sodbusters. We're at the bottom of the 4th. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
At the bottom half of the 4th inning, Hastings on top 3-0. As we'll see what the Sodbusters get down, they'll have the bottom of the order 7, 8, and 9 against Dylan Dreesen. It's kind of news that the Sodbusters have been able to score against Dreesen. He dominated Casper. Very good hitting team in his last outing, but Hastings able to nickel and dime their way to 3 runs as they got a walk, an infield single, a sacrifice bunt, an RBI single, and a wild pitch to get a run to get 3 runs home. And here's Matthias Kroll. He singled his last time up against Dreesen, and the pitch is swung on and hit into the turf and foul on the left side of the infield as Isaac Bonner over to field at no balls and a strike on Matthias Kroll. Kroll has batted in 5 games, and he's also made 3 appearances on the mound. He was one of the key contributors on the road trip. They went 4-4. He had 2 of the wins. 0-1 delivery, and Kroll bounces this one foul. Quickly 2 strikes, and Joel Skipper gives way to one of his players in the dugout and will not field this one. Quickly 2 strikes on Matthias Kroll. Kroll out of the Netherlands, his hometown, Haarlem. Dreesen brings it home, up high. Kroll did not offer it that. 1-2 on Matthias Kroll. Kroll, second team all-conference for East Central. That's a junior college in Missouri in the springtime. And his college teammate, Adam DeBoer, arriving today. Don't expect to see him on the mound today, but before the week is over, it's going to be all hands on deck. DeBoer, a returning player from last year's team. 2-2 the count. Now on Matthias Kroll. Dreesen works exclusively out of the stretch. Brings it home. Bouncing ball right side. That's fielded cleanly there by Connor Peterson. Throws to first in time, and there's an out here in inning number 4. 3-0 Hastings on top. Try to go to 11-5 on the year, and trying to keep pace with Casper. Casper, since we talked to you last, winning a couple of games, including 14-9 yesterday against Oahe. The only other game today is Spearfish at Oahe. Here's the pitch. So Casper getting a day off in advance of Fremont, making the long road trip to Casper tomorrow. 1-0 the count now on Jack Borgman. Borgman, an excuse me swing, which was an out. This time he grounds it to the second baseman. Peterson picks it up and throws to first in time. Jack Borgman 0 for 2. And it's amazing how quickly it can go south in a short season like this, as Borgman is 0 for his last 24, went 0 for 22 on that road trip, trying to rediscover his magic that he had the last homestand. Here's Alexiel Delgado with 2 outs, nobody on. And Dreesen trying to settle in on a 1-2-3 inning after he gave up 3 runs in the third. Curveball, high and inside, 1 ball and no strikes on Delgado. Delgado began that 3-run third with a leadoff walk. It's like having a second leadoff guy. He was a leadoff man earlier this summer and is now gone to the 9-hole with him struggling a bit at the plate and maybe starting to discover his touch. You got Drew Vega at the top. It's a pretty good little 1-2 punch if you can find a way to get Delgado and Vega at the 9 and 1 spots both going. 2-0 the count. The pitch. Taken upstairs for ball 3. And again, you can hear the exclamation from Dylan Dreesen at times when he puts everything he can into that 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball at times. 3-0 delivery, and that misses for ball 4, so the Sodbusters have a 2-out base runner, and we'll see if they turn Delgado loose. He does have stolen base capabilities, 2 for 5 coming into today.
You also do have a guy coming to the plate that's 2 for 2 at the plate, too.
Maybe a little hit-and-run action, try to get one in the gap, and maybe score a run from first. We'll see how Joel Skipper plays it over at third base. Runner goes. Pitch taken high, throw down to second base, not in time. Delgado up, the ball got away, but not far enough for further advancement. So the aggressive Hastings Sodbusters get a runner in scoring position, and 1-0 the count as Vega trying to bring him home.
Not a bad throw by Nodelman, just very quick release by him too. Could have gotten a little more on the throw, just bad in between hop, and for a middle infielder, you gotta snag that ball and reward your catcher for a pretty well placed throw.
And Dreesen trying to keep the Sodbusters off the board here in the 4th. Vega watches it go by for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Drew Vega, who didn't play for Arkansas Tech in the spring, has really had a fun summer. 324 coming into today, and he had a 320 road trip and followed that up with 3 hits on Saturday. Big swing, no contact, goes to 1-2 on Drew Vega. Went 1 for 3 in the first game with the runs scored, stole 2 bases then. 2 for 4 in the nightcap with a run scored, and he made a tremendous glove dish to first on really a play that the only way he was going to get an out is if he transferred directly from his glove to the first baseman, and that's what he did to get an amazing out against Fremont. Swing and a miss here, and the Sodbusters go quietly in the fourth. No runs, no hits, 1 man left, and we head to inning number 5. Sodbusters 3, Fremont nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
We head to inning number 5. The Hastings Sodbusters continue to lead it 3-0. And once again, here's Ryan Valenta.
Gracias, mi amigo Steve. Top of the 5th inning.
You're Czech, right? What is your heritage?
Valenta is Czech.
Okay, yeah.
Father's side is Irish.
Okay, just double checking.
I feel like I'm just a European melting pot. There's no real this. It's.
I thought you were Valenti when I first heard the name, and that you would speak more fluent when you tried to do gracias. But I'll let you get back to it.
No, that was just a little flub there.
Yeah.
My daily Duolingo lessons aren't doing enough for me. Top of the 5th inning. Busters up still 3-0, thanks to that bottom of the 3rd 3-run inning. Moo coming up to bat with 8, 9, and 1 due up. Isaac Bonner, the first to bat here. He walked and was left stranded. He nubs that foul. Down in the count, 0-2. So Bonner still 0 for 5 in this series, as he is yet to record today. Until we end the first half of the Independence League season. Massar pumps home the 0-2 way outside. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Saginaw Valley State product, Massar, looking very good. Just misses low. He's gotten ahead 0-2 on a handful of hitters now, and it's taken him at least 2, if not 3 pitches to put away a lot of those hitters. Getting ahead's one thing, putting away is the other. In the air. Foul territory, left field side. Nobody will have a play as the wind blows it out. The wind is almost, it keeps kind of shifting. It's mainly blowing in from right center field. It's sometimes blowing straight from right to left field. Without the wind, that foul ball might stay in play. Instead, that cleared the out of play fence by a good 10 feet. 2-2 once again from Nathan Massar. Threw him the hook, got him to swing and miss. Excellent pitch for strike 3.
A lot of intestinal fortitude for Nathan Massar. Maybe he hasn't had A stuff, but he's battled and made the pitches when he's needed to. He's had excellent defense played behind him, and he gets a big first out here in the 5th.
Now back to the bottom of the order. It is the beer batter of today's game. He was hit by a pitch on a 3-2 count in his only plate appearance in the 3rd inning. Massar drops the breaking ball on him for strike 1. I was told in my absence Saturday that Saturday was the first time that the Sodbusters did not get the beer batter out on strikes for the first time this season. High chopper off the plate, Borgman fields. Backhand toss, Massar finds the bag for the outs. Unconventional 3-1 putouts. But no pictures on the scorecard. It works for out number 2.
And I don't have the official numbers, but they may not have gotten strikeouts, but they got them out pretty much every time, which the bottom line, I know there was no reduced price beer or whatever special they have, but you got a doubleheader sweep, and even though we're in a beer batter slump, the Hastings Sodbusters have won 3 in a row.
There you go. Trying to make it 4 in a row today and 7 of the last 8 if the Sodbusters can hold their lead. Massar dealing now, showing bunt and taking. Ball one is the top of the order in Josh Blunt. Blunt has one of the 3 Fremont hits today. That came in the 3rd inning with 1 out, but he was left stranded as the next 2 Moo were retired. 1-0 pitch from Massar, breaking ball that just misses outside. Count 2 balls and no strikes. Massar now with his 82nd pitch in the ball game. You got to figure his time may be nearing an end as there is action in the Sodbuster bullpen. And that pitch finally catches a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Got Brendan Wabick, left-hander, warming up in the Sodbuster bullpen. But just 1 more out to get for Massar in this inning. 2-1 misses low on the breaking ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. It's been a very streaky performance for Massar. As we mentioned, he had only struck out 3 people in his last 2 combined outings. He's got 5 today. Cracked to center field. Delgado's got a beat on it. Dives in. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Alexiel Delgado laying out like Superman in center field for the 3rd out of the inning, robbing Josh Blunt, who is still standing at first base in disbelief. Alexiel Delgado with an unbelievable catch in center field. Started the wrong way, but still able to grab it for the 3rd out of the inning. My goodness, what a play to end it and give the chance for the Busters here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's 3-0. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
A stellar defensive play sends us to the home half of the 5th inning with the Sodbusters leading 3-0. A Sports Center top 10 play for Alexiel Delgado to keep this a scoreless game as Nathan Massar gets through 5 innings of scoreless baseball, only allowing 3 hits and nobody in for Fremont. For the Sodbusters, it's 2, 3, and 4. Josh Printer, Sawyer Duddleston, Cale Jensen due up for Hastings with Dylan Dreesen still on the mound for Fremont, about to start his 5th inning of work.
Yeah, we saw Yamato Sato get ice cream after the game the other day. Alexiel Delgado, early candidate for ice cream today after throwing out a guy at home and then making it a nice diving grab.
He is going to be hard to argue against being the MVP of this game if we did have one. If we're giving out MVPs, somebody's got to hit it over the fence to take him of that honor, I would say, today. Josh Printer, 0 for 1, takes down low for ball 2. He struck out in the 1st inning, then sacrificed himself in the 3rd inning, and it was all for a good cause. That was part of that 3-run inning for the Busters in the 3rd. In the air and down the right field side, out of play. Printer spent his last spring season at Houston Christian, and he struggled in the spring season, only hitting .208 in 40 games. And Printer swings and misses at strike 2. He has just not seen Dylan Dreesen very well today. Printer known for his contact and ball placement skills, not a power guy by any means, but places the ball where he wants to if he can. Breaking ball stays a bit high, and count goes full. Dreesen looking in for the sign. Trying to get out of this at bats. Outside for ball 4. Yes, Josh, that's ball 4. You can take your base. I know you really want to hit against this guy. Not really. He'll take his base after a little bit of hesitation. Just happens when you're so locked in. You just can't believe that a guy who has struck you out and been throwing strikes all over the place walked you. So for Dreesen, that's his 3rd free pass of the game, and it brings up Sawyer Duddleston. Check on Printer at first. He's back in safely. Sawyer Duddleston drove home a run in the 3rd inning. Takes high and tight for ball 1. So with Duddleston's hit in the 1st inning, he now extends his hitting streak to 6 consecutive games. And looking for his 3rd multi-hit game in that span. Yanked on the opposite side of the batter's box, 2-0 to Sawyer Duddleston. Struck out looking in the 1st inning. And then again singled and scored also in the 3rd. 2-0 right there for strike 1 on the fastball. Again, Dreesen's been sitting high 80s and creeping into the low 90s with that fastball, topping out at around 94 today. Printer still at first. Duddleston, big hack and a miss. Count 2-2. Shadows creeping in on the infield. Partially covering home plate, partially covering the pitcher's mound. On this very sunny day here at Duncan Field. 2-2. Wave and a miss. Went with the breaking ball, elevated breaking ball, and Duddleston comes up empty. He is struck out for the 2nd time today, and for Dreesen, his 6th of the afternoon.
There's right-handed action in the Hastings pen. Tyler Welch is warming. He did have a relief appearance on the last road trip for the Hastings Sodbusters. We saw Brendan Wabick, the lefty, also warming, and he is back up now for the Sodbusters as it could be near the end of the day for Nathan Massar.
Cale Jensen bats. Takes ball 1 inside. 1 ball, no strikes to the Central City graduates. Speaking of Central City, their co-op of Central City Centura made the state tournaments as Jensen softly in the air on the infield and grabbed by the shortstop, Steven Espinoza, for the 2nd out.
Man, oh man, when that came off the bat, I thought sure it was going to get to the outfield.
I thought the same
totally
thing.
Knocked that baby down, and the shortstop had to come in a few steps to actually make the catch.
That looked like a pretty routine fly ball for the center fielder. Instead, it did not get past the turf. So it'll be up to Dino Morales to cash in the leadoff walk. He takes a mammoth swing and comes up empty for strike 1.
Interesting to see if they turn Josh Printer loose now with 2 outs. See if they can get him into scoring position. Pretty good stolen base guy a year ago, in particular with 11.
Busters 2 for 2 in stolen bases today. There goes Printer. Pitches high for a ball. The throw is late and off target. And again, the 3rd stolen base, where that throw has just been an in-between hop for the middle infield, who have not been able to corral it cleanly. And Printer joins in on the stolen base fun. He's now in scoring position.
Wouldn't have mattered that time, as that was on the shortstop side, and Steven Espinoza to just get a good job keeping it on the infield.
Sodbusters continue their havoc on the base pass. Morales grounds it to the left side. Going to be a tough play for Bonner. Makes the long throw, and just keeping his foot on the bag is the first baseman, Fucino, for the 3rd out of the inning. The leadoff walk is stranded at 2nd base, and the Busters come up empty here in the home half of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the 6th. Busters still up 3-0.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Top of the 6th inning. Nathan Massar's day is done for the Sodbusters, and now on the mound for the Busters is the left-hander, the Canadian Brandon Wabick, who will try and go as many innings as he can with a lot of games due up. And for the next few innings, we'll send you back over to Steve Stein.
Thank you very much, Ryan Valenta. As Wabick's had an up and down summer so far, you have a couple of bad outings, and that ERA gets elevated. 0-0, a 14.82 ERA. Making his 6th appearance in 5 2/3 innings, allowing 14 runs, 12 of those earned. He's allowed 10 hits, struck out 3, and walked 11. So the hits allowed, no fun, but then you walk 11 and strike out only 3. That not numbers that he really is excited about. Did have a nice relief outing in one of his contests here at Duncan Field, as he is making his first appearance since the Spearfish matchup back on June 12th, when he allowed 5 runs, 3 of them earned rather, on 5 hits, and the left-hander is going to be facing Wyatt Yetter to begin things off. He's the number 2 hitter for the Fremont MOO. Sodbusters on top 3-0 as Yetter 0 for 2 on the day, and Wabick, the left-hander, brings it home. Right there for strike 1, no balls and a strike. As his best outing coming against the Oahe Zap, winning an inning in the 3rd, allowing no runs on 1 hit, walked 2, struck out 1 that day for the Hastings Sodbusters. That was a home game for the Hastings team. His pitch is inside, goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. So saw Welch warming. Would he be next out of the pen for this Hastings team? Again, you're going to use just about everybody this week, and Welch, more of a position player, but had 1 good relief outing earlier this season, so maybe earned another one, kind of like the way it's been going for Matthias Kroll. 1-1 delivery. Taken upstairs, 2-1, and Wabick did not look comfortable as he came down and taking a look down at the mound. He's back atop, working out of the stretch right here, trying to find a way. Wabick brings home the 2-2 delivery. Should say the 2-1 delivery, and now it's 2-2 on Wyatt Yetter. Hastings Sodbusters and the Fremont MOO squaring off here today at Duncan Field. Hastings going for the 3-game sweep. Had yesterday off a doubleheader sweep for the Sodbusters against Fremont on Saturday. As Wabick's 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Good job for Wabick to come back and get Yetter on strike. So a nice beginning of the day for the Canadian Brendan Wabick.
Absolutely tied him up inside on the fastball in there, and no chance to catch up for it. Yetter goes down for the 2nd time, and goose egg for him so far. And this Sodbuster pitching staff really just showing out again. This Fremont team did not have anything going this past 3 games.
Steven Espinoza steps in the right-handed box, and Wabick brings it, and Espinoza fouls it back. No balls and 1 strike. Wabick had just arrived, and they put him out there in a relief outing in the hot Sodbuster season opener, and he did not retire a batter. Allowed 2 runs on no hits, walked 3, didn't strike out anybody, but he's had a couple of nice bounce-back performances, and so far so good here today. An 0-1 count with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Sodbusters on top 3-0. Wabick brings it home, and this one is grounded foul. Quickly 2 strikes as it caroms up the left field line. Going to be chased down by Yamato Sato out in the Hastings bullpen. 0-2 the count, and Wabick working on a Bachelor of Science degree at the University of Alberta. We're talking about some of the long road trips made by the American-born players. It's like 20-plus hours, maybe up to 30 hours to try to drive here from Alberta. 0-2 pitch on the way. And that's line foul. 0-2 it remains on Steven Espinoza.
And I can't confirm this, but I think Wabick may have drove here.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yep.
So that is his Camaro in the parking lot with the Canada license plates.
Yeah, probably so.
Saw that, and I was like, I cannot believe a Camaro made that road trip.
Why not? No comment?
Those muscle cars, just they're not really meant for length.
Bounce ball left side and pick up for Dino Morales. Throw to first, not in time. Morales cutting in front of Josh Printer. Fortunately, those two guys didn't get together. That was very scary as Morales hustling to his left. If you're the third baseman who can make the play, you try to do it. It may have been a little easier for Josh Printer when all is said and done. There's a runner at first and one out.
Yeah, very interesting development there. I mean, as the proper play there as the third baseman, if you're able to get to it noticeably quicker than your shortstop, because you're running towards first base. You want to make that play, but no matter really who fields that one there, I don't think they get the speedy Espinoza, as he had that beat by a good margin.
1 on, 1 out for Parker Mooney. So Wabick going to have to be aware of the base runner, Steven Espinoza, over at first base. Espinoza, see if they turn him loose in a 3-run game. 4 hits for Fremont, 5 for the Sodbusters. Wabick certainly had Espinoza fooled there. He's headed back to first. No balls and a strike now on Parker Mooney. Mooney, 1 for 2, an infield single, advanced on a wild pitch back in the second. He lined out to the second baseman in the fourth. A fast-moving, well-pitched game again here at Duncan Field. 3-0 the score. A look over to first. Espinoza dives back in safely as the throw caught by Jack Borgman, who did not apply the tag. Borgman, Northeast Community College product, over there playing first base for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's Vega at second, Printer at short, Morales at third. The infield for Hastings. 0-1 delivery. Did not find the zone with that one. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Sodbuster outfield, left to right, Jarvis, Delgado, and Duddleston. Matthias Scroll doing the catching as the Sodbusters in their winning gold uniforms today. 1-1 with 1 out. Wabick brings it home. And that misses for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Parker Mooney trying to get multiple base runners on for this Fremont MOO team for the first time since the second when they had their best chance to score, but Alexio Delgado throwing a guy out at home to hurt the threat. Throw over to first. Espinoza had that read pretty well. He was back in easily. Wheels turning here in the sixth. Sodbusters have put zeros on the board against Fremont the entire way after allowing single runs in each of the first 2 games of this 3-game series, that doubleheader played on Saturday. 2-1 delivery. Popped up, foul, and out of play. It's 2-2. As Mooney trying to find a way to get on here. Wabick trying to get it by him and get the second out of the inning. A windy day. Temperatures in the lower 90s. The wind 25 miles an hour plus coming in from right center. Spacious Duncan Field playing even bigger today. 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Mooney a decent hack at it there. 408 to straightaway center, 405 to the alleys, 370 to left, 367 to right. Ballpark that doesn't give up many. There's 3 home runs all of last summer. This past week, one of the junior Legion players for Hastings getting one out of here. That was pretty big news. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Wabick comes back to get Mooney, and there are 2 outs in the inning. So a pair of strikeouts to go along with an infield single for Wabick since coming out of the pen.
Well, Wabick usually not one of the guys that's going to blow you away because he doesn't have very much speed by any means, but then again, if he can drop that breaking ball there, and it looks like that fastball, kind of a sinker ball there, that can really get you easy enough to swing over it.
Cooper Fucino trying to keep this inning going for the Fremont MOO. First pitch to him is just outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Fucino, one of the better players for this Fremont MOO team. He's a Creighton University guy. Did not play in the spring, but .321 coming into today. Had a 3-hit game against Hastings in the Sodbusters season opener back in May. 1-0 delivery. Swing and a foul ball. Or was it? Runner advanced to second, and I do not believe it was a foul ball, as just a swing and a miss, and it got by Matthias Kroll, and on to second base goes Espinoza on the wild pitch. Or the passed ball. We'll see what the official ruling is on that. One way or the other, man in scoring position with 2 outs, and Wabick going to have to battle here to keep Fremont off the board. Wabick, a check of that runner back at second, and the pitch. Beauty on the inside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wabick taking something off of that one. He's a strike away from striking out the side for the Hastings Sodbusters. 3 runs, 5 hits for Hastings, no runs, 4 hits for Fremont. Playing the visiting half of the 4th inning, or I should say the 6th inning, scheduled 9-inning game after the teams played a pair of 7-inning contests on Saturday. A long time for Wabick on the hill, and he brings the pitch, and it's fouled away. Staying alive was Cooper Fucino. Fucino caught game 2 on Saturday after he came in at a pinch hit role in the first game, and he was rock solid behind the plate, throwing out a couple of would-be base stealers from his catcher's spot. Fucino playing first base today, so like many of the summer players, very versatile. You play where they tell you to play. 1-2 with 2 outs. Runner goes to third. The pitch is low and in the dirt. It's back to the screen. A big turn. Here comes the throw, and it is going to be in time. And a calculated risk from Espinoza, who hesitated just a little bit, and that proved deadly as Kroll hustled, got it to Wabick, covering, and out at home. Head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's still 3-0 Sodbusters.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
At the bottom half of the 6th inning, man, the Sodbusters been good defensively again today. Delgado out in center field, and this time the Sodbusters hustling to get the out as Matthias Kroll throwing back to Wabick to get the guy who had stolen third and tried to come all the way around after the ball had gotten by Kroll. Sodbusters erase another potential run at home plate, Ryan Valenta.
It is just a thank you very much gift from Fremont there. That was, like we mentioned before we went to break, a hesitation at third really caused the downfall of that one there. So that's how it's going to go sometimes, and Fremont gives Hastings a gift there.
All right, we're going to get Scott Galusha in, but Ryan Jarvis will come to the plate now for the Hastings Sodbusters, and he fouls the pitch away. No balls and a strike on Ryan Jarvis, who's 0 for 2 on the day, a ground out and a strikeout. Scott Galusha has to do so many things. Was he grilling burgers? Was he recruiting? What's Scott Galusha doing now?
You know, I have a couple season ticket holders that haven't been here. So I spent some time visiting with them, and then we had a couple of things going on, and I looked at the scoreboard and I said, dang it, there I am, late again. But I knew you guys would be flexible and give me a shot to come up here and sit. Of course, a quick inning, like always.
Yeah, we got a quick out there. Well, let's see if Matthias Kroll can extend into bat here. And Sodbusters with 3 on the board against Dylan Dreesen. That's a pretty good accomplishment already against a guy who can hit 90s and is pretty solid for this Fremont MOO team.
Yeah. He's doing a good job, and we had some good at-bats and making plays. You know, Alexiel had 2 really good plus plays in center field, and then not taking it for granted there on the wild pitch was nice, and a good execution by the Sodbusters again. So those little things are going our way, and we're playing well right now.
Matthias Kroll, who had a hit earlier today, is at the plate. He's 1-2 now after he had a single back in the 2nd inning. 1 out of 2 officially in this game, and it's turned into a nice reliable pitcher as well for this Hastings Sodbuster team.
You know, we knew he was. You know, he's one of those guys. He's kind of like Jacob Shaw, if you remember. Jacob I don't want to give up the bat.
Yep.
I want to do both, and actually Nate had a big hit for us Saturday night, which was great. But you know, I think Nate's future is on the bump, and you know, that breaking ball, that slider is really good. As long as he can throw a strike with the fastball, he's really good, and so I think that's a spot. And then Brendan did a nice job. He's getting more and more confident throwing that little breaking ball for a strike to get ahead, which is nice.
Yeah, Scott was talking about Nathan Massar, who's the starting pitcher today, and we were talking about Matthias Kroll, who's turned into a pitcher too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
He grounds out here, but one way or the other, there are 2 outs. But yeah, Massar with another solid outing on the mound, and it's nice to see a hit for Matthias Kroll, but he grounds out here. There are 2 outs for Alexiel Delgado.
So first day we had everybody there, I said, anybody want a pitch that didn't tell me they were a pitcher? And then so I say, before you answer, I say the following. Make sure you be careful what you wish for. And Matthias said, I can pitch. And I said, okay, we'll throw a bullpen and see what happens, and called his coach and talked to them a little bit, and sure enough, he can throw a little bit, and he does a nice job. He throws strikes, doesn't hurt you at all, and those are good things, especially at Duncan Field.
And we see Jack Borgman trying to get it reignited here for the Hastings Sodbusters, a guy who was just on fire when he went to South Dakota and Wyoming, and the bats left him. That's just kind of the way it goes. That's baseball sometimes. Of course, the first at-bat today, check swing grounder right at the second baseman. When it's going that way, that's the way it's going.
Yep. When you're going, you make that indecision, and it flies over the first baseman, or it's in a perfect spot. And right now, it's indecision is what it is, and you can see. We showed him some video yesterday. His hands are moving a little bit. He's drifting forward, mostly because he's not sure. So.
Well, he's 3-2 here. See if Jack can work his way on. Sometimes just get a little walk, find a way to get on base again, can kind of reignite you. One way or the other, still very solid first baseman when he's out there. Big target, and he's starting first baseman today. 3-2 pitch, good decision there. Watches it go by, and the Sodbusters have a 2-out base runner as Alexiel Delgado will keep it going. Alexiel seeming to find a home in the number 9 spot. Couple of walks, a run scored, a stolen base for Alexiel.
Well, we just sort of figured out that we thought he was a exceptional fastball hitter. And so one of the things you can do with a great fastball hitter is move him down. He's going to see more down there, and that's been the case. And he's kind of that thing I've always loved to have, is kind of have that second leadoff hitter down there, and he's done a nice job in that position for us.
And it's a visit to the mound. We'll see if this is the end of the day for Dreesen, who's up near 100 pitches. He's gone 5 2/3 innings. He's going to be facing the number 9 hitter, who he's walked twice already, which is always a thorn in the side of the head coach when you walk that number 9 hitter. Although, like I say, Alexiel, not your typical number 9 hitter. And Alexiel, with a good day offensively, like I say, hasn't got a hit, but he's been on base, and he's been a pest, and 2 tremendous defensive plays to throw out at home, and that twisting, turning, diving grab out in center field to rob a hit.
I was a little worried about his glove hand. I thought he kind of rolled it up on that a little bit. He's a very confident young man, which I like.
He's a character.
He is a character.
He's a lot of fun.
And he's finally kind of relaxing. I kind of felt like he was trying to prove that he was the big guy and do all those things. And I think he tried too hard a little bit early, and I think he's got it figured out now. And he's going to be a staple out there because he's just very, very good defensively.
Yeah, and I know he gives you a hard time. Was he speaking Japanese to Yamato Sato the other day? That's very cool that he's learned a little bit of that. That's very neat.
Yeah, he's always given me a hard time. And I'm not sure why he's doing that, but it's kind of fun. But I don't know. I was expecting.
Hey, you give it back to him.
No, absolutely, I give it back to him. Yeah, you know what? I pulled a prank on him the other day, pretty good one, and I got to make sure he's not too upset about it before I tell the world. But it was good. I got him back, and he didn't see it coming, which was even better. But he eats like a horse too. It's amazing how much that kid eats. He's not that big. He's a good guy, but a big guy, but not huge. But he he eats more food than anyone on our team except for Yamato.
Oh, wow. He goes down on strikes here. 102 pitches thrown for Dreesen. We'll see if that's the end of the day for him. And we are through 6 innings. It's 3-0, and we'll keep Scott here for another half and see Brendan Wabick come back out there for another inning and really looked in command there in that 6th inning as he allowed the infield single, but retiring the other 3 guys much more confident for him as the season goes on.
Yeah, he told me after that first outing that didn't go very well, he said, I forgot to breathe when I was out there because I can't believe how nervous I was. And so just a tremendous young man, and he's working really hard, and he's getting, it's a good sign that he's out there in a leverage position. And he's, again, just a great kid. He works hard, and he's another guy just about everybody is a team favorite, but they really like him too. They call him the Crazy Canuck, of course, first guy from Canada. But yeah, he does a nice job, and his whole team follows us on social media, and everything we post, they post in Canada, and so yeah, it's kind of neat, and he's done a nice job for us, and you just got to keep getting guys that can eat some innings because. You looked at the schedule, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we go on the road Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
By the way, there's doubleheader Saturday.
Doubleheader Saturday. But I'm going to be on the lake, so I'll be watching you, actually. So you enjoy, and I'll be I won't miss an inning or in a game. I can't handle not knowing what's going on with my guys, but I am going to be on vacation for the next week.
Cooper Ficino will step in, and we had a neat moment at the last doubleheader, somehow Yamato Sato got ice cream, and they were giving you a hard time. And I was kind of joking about the fact that this isn't youth baseball. Not everybody gets ice cream. And to me, Yamato Sato earned the ice cream. He had the 2-out 2-run single that was the big hit in the game. So you do something for me, maybe you'll get ice cream from Scott Galusha.
Well, that's what here's what. So Casey Hinkey, I used to coach softball with Casey, and Casey was a wonderful coach and a great guy, and just a great ambassador for everybody. But he would never get anybody's name right. And finally one day he said, you hit 400. I promise I'll remember your name. And so that's kind of the same theory. So I told that to Alexio. I said, if you start getting some hits, maybe I'll figure out how to get you some ice cream. And, Tim just wanted to give him some ice cream. And I said, Tim, look what you've caused.
Yeah.
So I'll probably buy everybody some ice cream tonight, just because I can.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not Mason, just because he asked for it. He begs for it.
Yeah.
But we do have runza tonight.
Oh, can't beat that.
So we have 80 runzas and 80 fries.
All right,
so
life
I
is
think
good.
everybody has to eat today because I don't want to take all that home.
There's a 1-1 count, a little bit of a delay here as we see the Sodbusters go out and have a little conversation with Wabick and Matthias Kroll. I'm not sure if did the ball get into the home plate umpire right there?
Yeah,
so
it got underneath. It got underneath his mask on the bounce and kind of got him up underneath there. So
giving T. Smith a little break here.
Yep,
Daniel Roth is the field umpire as the Hastings Sodbusters and the Fremont MOO locked in another good one. More great pitching here at home and timely hitting. The Sodbusters lead at 3-0.
Good baseball again, and we've been able to make the plays that we're supposed to make. And when you do that at Duncan Field, especially with the wind, although it's not quite howling like it was earlier, but I've never seen a right fielder play where they did in the first inning. He was like 25 feet off the brown dirt, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, we saw a hit. I think the last one off of Jensen, we thought, well, that's going to be a routine fly ball to center field. And the shortstop caught it on the grass inside the brown.
Yep, it completely changes direction when it gets in the air. So, again, Drew Vegas did a nice job. He's hitting balls on the ground and putting pressure on everybody. I think he struck out his last at-bat. But he's really found some confidence in the last week or 10 days and doing a nice job seeing a lot of pitches and getting us started at the top of the lineup.
He's 2 for 3 on the day after he had that really good day on Saturday. Went 1 for 3 with a run scored, 2 stolen bases, then 2 for 4 with that amazing glove work play over at second base to get an out against Fremont.
That was pretty. And that was the only chance he had, too.
Yep. 3-2 the count, 1 out, nobody on in this I should say nobody out. This is the first batter. It's just taken a long time because we had that little bit of a delay. 3-2 pitch, and this one is lined back up the middle. Fucino gets things started for Fremont in the 7th with a single.
And I'm okay with that. I'd rather make him earn it.
Yep.
Let's not get some free stuff and make them earn it, and that's fine. We'll deal with that. We'll make some plays behind him.
And that will bring to the plate Grant Nodelman for the Fremont MOO. As far as the handicapping of this league, Casper has been the team so far, 14-4. Sodbusters hoping for a really good last week and hoping somebody can beat Casper before it's all said and done.
Well, we've already got it figured out. We're going to win tonight.
Okay.
Fremont's going to go win a couple games in Casper.
Okay.
We're going to take care of business against the Plainsmen the next couple nights, and then we're going to roll the dice for the last couple days.
Yep.
But I think there's an opportunity. Casper's played really well, and it really hurt us that they beat us all 3 times. But I think there's a chance, and I think that would be wonderful for our program to play a meaningful game again here towards the end of the first half.
0-1 the count on Nodelman, who is 0-2 on the day. Struck out looking his last time up. The second Sodbuster pitcher after Nathan Massar had a very solid 5 innings, out dueling perhaps the ace of Fremont, Dylan Dreesen. Dreesen getting through 6 innings and allowing 3 runs on 5 hits. As Nodelman trying to move the base runner along, if nothing else. And the 1-1 delivery on the way. And this one is popped up into left field. Jarvis has it measured and makes the play. I like him no matter where he plays.
Yes,
it seems
I
like
do
he's
too.
got great range in the outfield. Like him at first base. And battled the sun right there and didn't even look like he battled it. 1 on, 1 out.
And there's a ton of wind up there, too, so nothing up there is easy. And he looks comfortable wherever he's at. He's coming off the ball a little bit at the plate. I think he's a very, very good hitter, but he's coming off the ball a little bit right now. And I think he will get that. I think there's going to be a time this summer where he's going to be really hot for us.
Connor Peterson 0-2, stepping in, and he bounces this one to the left side, Printer deep into the hole, and tried to make the transfer and could not successfully. I don't know if he gets an out there anyway, and it's going to be first and second now with 1 out.
They already called that an error, didn't they?
Yep, looks like it.
Boy.
That was a tough error. We'll see what Andy comes up with.
I do think, though, he tried to – you got to make play 1 before you make play 2.
Yep.
So I bet if you went there and asked him, he thought he could get it out. But I don't think that runner was super fast moving down the line. But
it will be an error, and so we will see Joel Skipper come out and talk. There is right-handed action. And the Hastings Sodbusters, we'll see if that's going to be end of the day for Wabick or see if they're just talking strategy here with Joel Skipper, head coach. Just as nice a guy as you're going to meet, and it's nice to see him have some success as the coach here this summer. As it's been a struggle for Hastings College over the last couple of years trying to get his dudes in, and here in the summer last season, a struggle to get wins, but he always maintained a positive attitude, and it's just so fun to have him come up after victories here today as the Sodbusters trying to go to 7-1 at home this year.
Yeah. You know, Joel is a wonderful young man, 29 years old, so he's just a baby.
Mhm.
But he has some old guy theories on baseball, which I really like, and he makes them work. I mean, it's just not a fun time down there all the time. You know, doing it right makes you smile, and he says those sorts of things. And Joel does a great job, and it's good to see him be on the right side for a while because it's been tough the last couple of years at Hastings. But I tell you what, Hastings would be in great shape if they could keep Joel around for several years to come.
So 2 on, 1 out, really the best chance for Fremont since that second inning when they had a guy, actually the third inning when they had a guy thrown out at home by Alexiel Delgado to keep that potential first run off the board. And now 3-0 here with the tying run coming to the plate and only 1 man out. And it looks like there's action in the Hastings bullpen. Earlier we saw Tyler Welch warming up. We'll see if that's still him or if they've gone to a different option here, maybe a more high leverage guy at this point. That is Welch.
Yeah, it is Welch.
As Welch, another guy that's probably more of a position player type, but
Yep.
came in relief and did not have any kind of problem at all.
But you've got to take a look at every option you have with this many games in a row. So you're trying to figure out some way to buy an inning here and buy an inning there. So
Wabick would love to find a way to get through this one. See if I can maybe turn 2 right here. 2-0 delivery on the way, and this one is outside. So you had the air and compound that with a walk perhaps. Wabick really needs to battle back against Isaac Bonner, who walked his first time up and then struck out back in the 5th. We're now in inning number 7, and Fremont MOO is certainly not out of this one.
nope, it's a good chance for them, and we've got to make them earn it. Unfortunately, there's another walk, and That's where the trouble starts when you help teams like this.
Single,
and that's going to do it.
Line out, error, walk, and there will be a pitching change. We'll keep Scott Galush here. But we could have had a long inning when Hastings batted.
Yeah,
but
that
no.
would have been much better.
Yes. So now you just kind of be. You're going to be chewing on the fingernails, and we'll see if the Sodbusters can find a way. And Fremont with a great opportunity now to get the tying runs on there. That error looming ever larger. The Sodbusters do still have a 3-0 lead.
Yep.
Scott Galusha, the owner GM, with us now. Go ahead.
Still a good outing for Brandon. Just got to lost the strike zone a little bit there and got himself in trouble. But on the good side, Adam DeBoer showed up today, another guy that's going to help us with innings. The two guys that are a little nicked up, James Velasquez and Fred Juden, are both feeling better. I think Fred probably maybe by the end of this week or early next week will be back. James, we're going to hear from the doctor tomorrow just to make sure everything is okay in there, because he said he's never had really an experience with some elbow issues, so we're going to be careful with him as well. We did talk to JT Cafferty. JT Cafferty and hopefully Jacob Shaw are going to come, local guys here that have played for us in the past. We think they want to throw a little bit as we get to July, so we've got some reinforcements coming. A couple other pitchers that are coming second half from Cloud County Community College. So we have some reinforcements coming, but we need to continue. This is such a tough stretch with this many games and innings, and soaking up innings are such at a premium. So that's why Tyler's out there, and hopefully we can get a ground ball or something to get out of this and try to minimize this.
That's why it was so big on Saturday in that doubleheader to get the performances you got, as South Dakota State Day went really well with Hastings getting a complete game from Jack Kruger and 5 solid innings from Jude Sundquist.
Oh, yeah. Did a good job. You know, Jude isn't throwing as hard as I saw him throw in the spring when I went up and watched him play against Nebraska, but he's so much more under control. He's worked on his mechanics, and so he's been able to repeat things, and you can see that for sure when he's out there.
Cole Fowler comes to the plate now, and Fowler's 0 for 1. Saracoso Community College Coyote going to be headed to Pikeville, Kentucky for his next college stop. That's an NAIA school, and he comes in a huge situation for this squad. As a Cole on the year, just 115 on the season. You'd like to keep him cold right here. And the first pitch is in there for strike one, no balls, and a strike on Cole Fowler.
Attaway, good start. Always, you know, as a pitcher, pitching coach for most of my life, strike one is your friend.
You betcha.
Changes everything.
Out of the wind, the pitch. Strike two. Little delayed call, and Fowler may have thought that was a little low, but it's quickly 2 strikes, so says T. Smith.
Come on, let's go.
Welch winds and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, just getting a piece of it. Probably that same pitch that may have been a little bit lower, and he did go after it and get a piece of it. A nice job there for Fowler.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit off the plate away. I think hats off to him, did a nice job to fight that one off. I thought he tried to pull it, so I was hoping he'd get that in play, because I think that was a rollover ground ball waiting to happen.
0-2 pitch called, strike 3 on the inside corner. Fowler didn't think any of those were strikes. There are 2 outs in the inning.
Little breaker there from Tyler Welsh. Not a huge break, but enough to freeze him, and I think that ball was inside all the way and caught the inside half. So here's a big at bat for us here.
Josh Blunt, leadoff hitter. He's 1 for 3, singled back in the 3rd. He's struck out, he's lined out, and Tyler Welch trying to get out of a big jam in the 7th. A single, and then an error and a walk, loading the bases with only 1 out. Welch comes in and gets a strikeout. Can he find a way here against the Josh Blunt leadoff man? That pitch a little bit outside. Ball 1 ball and no strikes on Josh Blunt.
I know it's a leadoff guy, but can't try to be too picky here. We need to be aggressive, get on top, and make him earn it.
1-0 delivery. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Really need a strike right here. No place to put Josh Blunt.
Again, we've got to put the pressure on them. We've played so well defensively most of the year. Just take your chances with that defense and see what happens.
Now a little conversation coming here as we will see Matthias Kroll go out and talk with Tyler Welch. He's being followed immediately by the home plate umpire. Now the entire infield, or at least the left side of the infield, going to come in. It will be all of the infielders, and T. Smith has joined them out there, trying to break this thing up already.
Well, I like the leadership there from Matthias. He obviously had something he wanted to tell him, wanted to make sure that we focused, make sure we understood the situation, and so that's really good.
Matthias Kroll, he's the starting catcher today, out of East Central College and out of the Netherlands.
Been here for 9 months now.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
It's been a fun international field. Panama, Canada.
Didn't really do it on purpose. It just happened to work out that way.
It's the melting pot here in central Nebraska.
But what a great experience for all these kids.
You betcha.
Yeah.
2-0 pitch. Big one coming up from Welch. The delivery. Right there for strike one. An important first strike of this at bat to Josh Blunt. 2-1. Tying runs are on, and there's 2 outs as the Hastings Sodbusters own a 3-0 lead.
Come on, Tyler.
Welch trying to find a way out of this jam and get the guys back to the plate. High for ball 3, 3-1 now.
Come out of all 4 of those pitches. They all kind of ran arm side because he's opening up a little early, which is not what we want to see. 3-1
delivery, and this one fouled away. It was interesting. He went to the wind in the previous batter. He has gone out of the stretch for this particular batter.
Yeah, you know, I'm guessing that probably came from the dugout that said, hey, whatever you're comfortable with, let's go. And I feel like actually he keeps that front side in a little bit better from the stretch.
3-2 delivery with 2 outs. Big pitch coming. Ball 4. And so it's 3-1. Tying run now at second base. The go-ahead run at first, and it'll be the number 2 hitter, Wyatt Yetter, up there.
Close, but that was definitely not a strike, and just spinning out a little bit early and losing that ball arm side. So inside to the right-handed hitter, which could be problematic here with the righty up.
And we'll see if he can find a way by Yetter, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And Welch brings it a little bit high and tight. 1 ball and no strikes. There is right-handed action for the Hastings Sodbusters, as the Sodbusters have already used 2 pitchers this inning, trying to find a way to survive this inning, still with the lead.
I think
here's
that's
the pitch.
Jacob Bitts, I think.
He's a lefty.
Oh, that's right. So then it's the other. Oh, then it's Cork.
Okay, and Braden Cork has been dynamite in both a starter and a reliever role. High leverage guy, and this is certainly a high leverage situation. 1-1 pitch is popped up on the infield. Dino Morales, third baseman's got it measured, and after all of that, just 1 run comes across. And that's you'll take that. If you want to stick around another half inning, you sure can. If you need to go, that's fine.
I'm going to take off. I got some things to do. I will enjoy watching you for the next week. I will watch you. I'll be there every night. And thank you so much. It's such a blessing that I can go on vacation with the family because I have a good staff that can do baseball without me. So I'll miss it, but it'll be fun for a week to watch you on TV. So go Busters, and we'll talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks,
we
Steve.
Appreciate the Scott Galusha as the Hastings Sodbusters lead it 3-1, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and the Sodbusters have gotten to the Fremont bullpen as we get a look at Bobby Simmons Simmons will see his first inning today. 1-0, a 3.5 ERA, making his 5th appearance in 10 innings. He's allowed 7 runs, 5 of those earned. He's allowed 13 hits. He struck out 11 and walked 4. He's a Nebraska Wesleyan Prairie Wolf out of Katy, Texas. Went 0-5 in the spring with a 5.05 ERA. And he'll be asked to face the top of the order, Vega, Printer, and Duddleston coming up. So the Sodbusters able to wiggle out of trouble with only 1 run allowed, and they have a 2-run lead, trying to find a way to get 6 more outs in this one, see if they can get some insurance with the top of the order right here. Pitch right across for strike 1, no balls and a strike gone. Drew Vega's had a good day so far. A couple of singles and a strikeout, 2 for 3 with a run scored, as we are now joined once again by Ryan Valentas. We'll hear from him as the inning progresses, and then we'll turn it over after this inning. Pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-1.
Also interesting fact about Simmons, Steve, one of the rare guys, back with the Independence League for a second year, but he was a Casper Spud last year. Now he's finding his second-year home in Fremont.
As the 1-1 delivery on the way, and this pitch is fouled away, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bobby Simmons. So wanted to stay in the league, and that's a little close, probably a little closer to home. But Texas just a long way away from everybody, whether you're in Wyoming or Nebraska. 1-2 delivery. But if you want to stay close to your college, that's a place to go. That one just a little bit inside from Bobby Simmons, as it was 7 feet behind Drew Vega and back to the screen. 2-2, but no harm. Nobody on base. Didn't hit the mascot or anything. Life is good. 1 run across for the Moo in the top of the 7th. Sodbuster trying to get that one back in 2-2. And that's the same pitch. That was a little closer to Vega. But that misses him and the zone, and it's 3-2. To say Bobby Simmons has lost his last 2, that may be understating it. I thought the previous one, okay, well, that was an accident, and now he did almost the exact same thing. 3-2. Maybe fastball right here. Bouncing ball, foul. Remains 3-2. Anyway, for Drew Vega, trying to get that leadoff man aboard and find a way to manufacture a run. Had a good job for the Sodbusters to minimize the damage after a single, an error, and a walk loaded the bases. Saw the strikeout, huge strikeout for Welch, and then he gave up a bases-loaded walk, but got the pop-up on the infield. It was handled by Dino Morales, and they gave up only 1 run, and that's still only 3 runs allowed in this series against the Fremont MOO. Sodbuster pitching has been excellent at home in particular. The Sodbuster team ERA has been dynamite on the home field. 2.89 coming into today as the pitch is upstairs for a ball, and a good job there for Drew Vega to battle back and earn the walk.
As we know, insurance runs always important, especially when you give up one in the top of the 7th for a Fremont team that has struggled so mightily on offense these past few games. Don't want to give them any opportunities to somehow creep back in this game, because it's not a matter of if, but more of when.
And Josh Printer, who walked his last time up, laid down a perfect sacrifice back in the 30s, also struck out. No balls and a strike. Sodbusters, you would think, would be happy to see the end of the day for Dylan Dreesen, who hits 90 miles an hour with his fastball on a regular basis, but doing a good job in that 3rd inning to put across 3 runs, and they lead it 3-1. Overall, Dreesen ending his day as the throw over to first is not in time. As Dreesen, 102 pitches thrown, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits, striking out 7 and walking 4. Simmons back atop the hill, working out of the stretch. Runner at first, nobody out. 0-1 the count on Josh Printer. Brings it home. And fouled away. 2 strikes on Printer. If nothing else, try to advance that runner on to second base. Josh Printer out of Mountain Home, Arkansas. A variety of stops in his college career, and still looking for that last home to play 1 more year of college ball. Throw over to first once again. Trying to keep Vega close. They know that he very easily could be going. Stole a base back in the 1st inning. Vega leads the team in stolen bases, so he was able to pick up his 7th of the season in 9 attempts. Pitch swung on and missed. A good job there for Simmons to battle back and get Josh Printer, who heads to the dugout in frustration.
Yeah, just a forgettable day for Josh. Did have a sacrifice bunt in the third and drew a walk in the fifth inning, but those other two at-bats just has not found the number of the Fremont pitchers.
Sawyer Duddleston has struck out twice, but he has one of the key at-bats in this game, an RBI single back in that 3-run third, and then he came around to score on a wild pitch to put the finishing touches on that 3-1 run frame. Stands the right-handed box, righty-righty matchup. Bobby Simmons brings it in, and pitch upstairs for ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Sawyer Duddleston. He's got his business management degree, working on a master's in digital marketing, but his next dream is to be a coach, so trying to do the networking it takes to get into that. Bouncing ball left side, could be a tough play. Third baseman knocks it down, throws to second for 1, over to first. Not going to be in time. What a job there, though, for Fremont's Isaac Bonner to take away a hit from Duddleston and get the lead runner, and there were 2 outs and 1 on for Cale Jensen.
Not only to get the lead runner, but half a step away from turning 2 there. Excellent play by Bonner. Got to give Fremont some momentum here with making that good play there.
Connor Peterson with a nice turn to nearly get Duddleston. See if they turn Duddleston loose to try to get him in scoring position. Sodbusters have been solid with stolen bases today, and Cale Jensen trying to keep this inning going. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Had a hit in his first Sodbuster at bat, but nothing since. He is now 1 for 9. Bouncing ball left side and foul on Cale Jensen. Jensen, the Central City guy, but what a year for him at Northeast Community College. 353, 6 home runs, couple of triples, 56 runs batted in, and 55 runs scored. Fowler trying to, I should say Simmons trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. Brings home the pitch. Jensen hits him high in the air to center field, and that will not be a problem with wind blowing in here at spacious Duncan Field, and Josh Blunt takes care of Cale Jensen, and that will do it for the 7th inning. Sodbusters lead it by a score of 3-1. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
We head to the 8th inning. The Hastings Sodbusters lead the Fremont MOO 3-1, and there's a new right-hander upcoming, and here is Ryan Valenta to take us home.
Braden Cork, the aforementioned right-hander. Appreciate it, Steve. Got to hang out with the guys next door and play a little bit with flight scope and soundboard machine. We joked that at some point this season, this could be a work in progress. At some point this season, the 5 of us, Steve, Mason, Connor, and Noah, we're all going to switch positions at some point. Steve and I are going to be running the scoreboard of the last game of the season, and we're going to have them broadcasting. Just a fun thought here that we may implement.
Is it really? Is it really that fun of a thought?
Steve, you'd be great at PA.
Yeah,
you know,
I've done PA before. Yeah, that would not be a big that would not be a big ask.
So we need to have you running the flight scope then, so that way you have no idea what you're doing.
That guy threw 347 miles an hour. Who knows what I would find
something's
out.
wrong.
Yes, something a misread there. Yep. There's lasers involved in that thing, isn't there? You don't want me in lasers.
Infrared beams.
Yeah, not good.
Technology that doesn't make sense to some people. Exactly.
Yeah, is AI involved? I'm not doing it. No way.
All right, we'll put a pin in that conversation for another
Seen
day.
the Terminator? Haven't you seen the Terminator? Come on.
Yes, and just about every other futuristic movie nowadays.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Black Mirror. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
We're in the top of the 8th now. Braden Cork is on for the 8th inning. At bats 3, 4, and 5 for Fremont. Steven Espinosa. He singled in the 6th inning, and he was thrown out trying to stretch a wild pitch into 2 bases, which kept the game scoreless for the moment. Ground ball hard hit, but snagged by Morales at third. The long throw in time. Dino Morales on the hot corner. Makes it look easy for out number 1.
In a pressure situation, you're in the 8th inning, and the Sodbusters have just been dynamite in situations like this, and Dino made it look easy, and that's 1 large out here in the 8th.
This Sodbuster middle infield has been money all season. Besides the occasional error, they have made all of those non-routine plays look routine for the most part. So again, Braden Cork on the mound for his 7th appearance this season. Another Northeast Community College Hawk making his 7th appearance and 6 out of the bullpen. He actually did start against Oahe back on June 8th. His last appearance came in the Spearfish series where he pitched 3 innings in relief, got the save, 1 of 2 saves for him on the season, did allow 3 runs on 5 hits, but that was the June 13th game of the slugfest between Sodbusters and Spearfish, where it was 10-9. The Sodbusters almost squandered a 4-run lead in the 9th inning. 1-2, hard hit foul to Parker Mooney. Parker Mooney has 1 of the 5 Fremont hits today. That came all the way back in the 2nd inning. Since then, he has lined out and struck out. Cork brings home the 1-2, grounded to the right side. Drew Vega waits for it and tosses over to first for the 2nd out of the inning. Two ground outs to start it off in the 8th.
It's been fun to see this Sodbuster team go, and I was asking Joel, who's the ace? You got Braden Cork, 1.06 ERA. Jack Kruger lowering his ERA to .37 on Saturday.
Sodbusters have a well of arms, and they're going to need it this week, and just something we did not see with the team last year. Instead of arguing, can you classify any of these guys as an ace last year, to we have multiple guys that could be classified as an ace this year. A very healthy feeling as Cork delivers strike 1 to Cooper Fucino. Fucino singled to start off the inning last inning in the 7th and eventually came home to score on a bases-loaded walk by Josh Blunt. So Fucino, 2 of the 5 hits. He's 2 for 3, and ouch, that one took an awkward hop off of Matthias Kroll into the turf. They waste a pitch 1-2, and Fucino stays alive.
Cork's been more of a strikeout guy. 24 strikeouts for him on the year.
Just about to say, strikeout guy to say the least. 24 strikeouts as that breaking ball just misses low. 24 punch-outs to 8 walks and 14 hits. 2-2 pitch from Cork. Ooh, man. That one just maybe a little bit low. That one looked pretty good, but now we go to a 3-2 count. And it's ball 4 downstairs.
Well, unfortunate for Cork, he couldn't get the call on 2-2 and then issues the 2-out walk. Hopefully he can just battle back here and get Nodelman and not allow one bad situation to turn into something bigger.
So what could have been strike 3 on a couple of pitches turns into ball 4. Fucino's on for the 3rd time today. And again, Nodelman bats. Grant Nodelman working for the first time in this series. He had the doubleheader on Saturday off, but he is allowed 0 for 3 today. That pitch off the glove of Kroll. No advance, though. Kroll just took his eye off the ball a little bit too far, but not far enough to advance. So Nottleman's 3 plate appearances today: ground out, strikeout looking, and flyouts. The 2-0 to him. Down low for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. See bodies up in the Sodbuster bullpen, but one of those is Brendan Wabick, who has already thrown today. The 3-0 pitch right over the plate for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Nottleman does represent the tying run for Fremont. Just a 2-run ball game, with Fremont getting home their first run of the game last inning. 3-1. That one misses for ball 4. Back-to-back, 2-out walks. And that brings up Connor Peterson with a chance to cut into this deficit.
Had the borderline pitch at 2-2, and it just seemed like Braden maybe hasn't quite regained his focus here. That's one thing you've really noticed when you've seen a pitch at home. He just goes after dudes and really peppers the zone with strikes. Hopefully he can rediscover that here against a guy who has not swung it well since joining this Fremont team this year.
So Connor Peterson, again, just 1 hit in this season, and that came in Saturday's doubleheader in an RBI double. He has not reached safely via a hit in the rest of his at-bats. Ball 1 to Connor Peterson, 0 for 2. Did reach on an error in the 7th. The 1-0 to him. That finds his zone. Strike 1, 1-1. Espinoza led off the inning with a sharp groundouts. Parker Mooney then grounded out softly, and then Fucino and Nottleman have drawn back-to-back walks. Peterson pops it in the air, and this should get the Busters out of the inning. Vega drifting over to his left, puts the squeeze on it, and the 2-out walks do not come home to harm the Sodbusters in the top of the 8th. In the inning, no hits, no runs, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Busters up 3-1.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Potential final call for the Sodbuster offense to get some insurance runs against Fremont. Up 3-1 here in Game 3 of the series against the Fremont MOO. Looking for the series sweep. Sodbusters have swept Oahe in a 3-game series. They also swept Oahe in a 2-game series. That's one really main standout sweep for the Busters. And it'll be Dino Morales to lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th, up by 2 runs. And they'll go back against Bobby Simmons. So Morales is in the 5-hole, so it'll be him, Jarvis, and Kroll due up. Bobby Simmons back out there for his 2nd inning of work in relief of Dylan Dreesen for Fremont, who started and went 6 very good innings besides the 3rd inning where he allowed all those hits. Morales puts a charge into one to center field, but the ballpark is going to hold that, going way back, and finally making the catch is Josh Blunt for out number 1 after Morales hit that ball as hard as he could, but comes up with nothing to show for it.
If the wind's blowing out, maybe it has a chance to find the gap, but the way the wind is, no chance.
The wind has been blowing relentlessly in, and according to our flight scope, 100 miles an hour, the exit velocity on that fly ball. Ryan Jarvis sends one in the air to left field towards the line. And in foul territory, falling over but making the catch is Cole Fowler. Ryan Jarvis, as we know he loves to do, swing at the first pitch. Put one in a spot that wasn't easy, but Fremont makes the play for the second quick out.
Another fly ball out here, and it'll be up to Matthias Kroll to try to keep the inning going. Let's see if he takes a couple of pitches to allow Braden Cork a few more moments of rest before that all-important ninth.
Matthias is 1 for 3, has one of the 5 Sodbuster hits. 5 hits apiece. 1 error for the Sodbusters. If you couldn't tell, there's a train going by.
That's an odd train horn.
It is. Off the end of the bat, soft center field. It will barely get into center field, actually, and the shortstop, Stephen F. Spinoza, puts it away. 3 up, 3 down for the Sodbusters, who need just 3 outs to sweep the Fremont MOO for the first time this season. Coming up after this.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
You hear Sweet Caroline at Duncan Field, you know the game is about over. And the Sodbusters find themselves in a favorable position, up 3-1. As Fremont got one in the 7th. Sodbusters scoreless since the 3rd inning, but this series has seen runs come at a premium. In the first 2 games, just 10 runs combined in the first 2 games. 5-1 finish and a 3-1 finish in the Saturday doubleheader, which the Sodbusters won. Now 3 outs away from sweeping Fremont, something that's did not think we would be saying, especially this early in this season, for a decent Fremont team that's obviously, like we said, hasn't seen the success as of last year, but just for how much Fremont has had Hastings' number for the past 2, maybe even 3 seasons. It's a healthy sight here just to have the chance to do this, Steve.
Yep, and hopefully Braden Cork can finish the deal. He faced Fremont in the season opener with 3 innings and did not allow a run on 3 hits. He's a guy who could be a long reliever. He can start. Love his mentality as he comes out there. My favorite outing for him was when he came in and just mowed down the Nebraska prospects in the 9th inning to pick a save against a lot of his former rivals from the metro area.
First pitch on the way and in for a strike. Isaac Bonner leads off. And Cole Fowler, the scheduled hitter, as Bonner serves it into left field, but right at Ryan Jarvis for the first out.
Yeah, it had to be a fun moment for Braden Cork, the Millard North guy, to face the Nebraska prospects. You know, those guys from the Metro, they probably squared off against each other a lot, and to see the way he handled the situation there, and now he's 2 outs away here, and it looks like it may be a new hitter coming to the plate for Fremont, number 28.
We do have a pinch hitter in the place of Cole Fowler. This is Tyrus Pecci. Pecci has been a regular since June 2nd for Fremont. He appeared in the doubleheader on Saturday night. Once he started game 1 and came on to pinch hit in game 2. And in that, he did not record a hit in any of his 4 plate appearances, so 0 for 4 in this series, but batting .320 on the season. Pitch numbers 1 and 2 missed the zone. 2 balls, no strikes from Braden Cork to Tyrus Pecci.
Pius, the 10th guy, goes to Johnson County Community College.
Pops it out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, this is the start of a first game of 7 straight days of baseball at Duncan Field here. Big wave and a miss. Cork pulls the string, and Pesci comes up empty down to his last strike. Games today all the way through Sunday. Swing and a miss. Cork expands the zone. Pesci chases for out number 2.
Looks very much like the Braden Cork of the 9th inning of the Prospects game. We'll see if he can finish off Blunt here and the Fremont MOO.
Well, last chance for Fremont, down by 2 runs. If we were in a hitter-friendly ballpark, that's where you would say the best thing Josh Blunt can do can make it a 1-run game. But you don't figure that is really a possibility here, especially in the conditions here. Blunt is taking strike 1.
The best thing he can do is get on for the Fremont MOO.
Exactly. Blunt is 1 for 3. Drove home the game's only run with a walk in the 7th. Ground ball to the right side, and that's through for a 2-out base hit in between second and first. Game not done yet.
You'll take that from Cork, though. A pretty decent pitch there, and Blunt just put it between a couple of infielders. Continue to throw strikes and see what your defense can get done.
So now 6 hits for Fremont. They now actually have the hits advantage over the Sodbusters, 6-5, but they still trail by 2. Wyatt Yetter bats, takes ball 1 up high. Yetter, a goose egg in the hit column today, 0 for 4. Ground out, 2 strikeouts, and a pop-out. And that pop-out was big in the 7th inning. Tyler Welsh inducing the pop-out with the bases loaded to get out of a jam. That pitch fouled out of play towards the parking lot. 1 ball and 1 strike to Wyatt Yetter. 0 for 4 in the series as he did not appear in the Saturday doubleheader. Braden Cork and the Sodbusters 1 out away from sealing this one up. High chopper, gonna be trouble. Morales waits for it to come down. Guns to first. Got him! That is your ball game. The Sodbusters have swept the MOO back to the pasture. 3-1 your final. And the Sodbusters complete the 3-game sweep. That is 4 in a row and 7 of the last 8 for the Hastings Sodbusters. They're the team to beat in the Independence League right now as they capture glory 3-1 over Fremont in this first of 8 games in 7 days here at Duncan Field. Coming up, we'll tell you all about the Sodbuster win. And boy, oh boy, does it feel good to be talking about a sweep against the Fremont MOO. All that and talk with our coaching staff after this on the post-game show. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
This game show of a sod buster win. 4 in a row, 7 of the last 8. What an excellent job, Steve. This team has come out to become in this first part of the season. After that series sweep where they got swept in Casper, 7 of those last 8, and Sodbusters have been firing on all cylinders, especially the pitching staff. 1 run allowed combined in the last 3 games, so 1 run each on both games on Saturday and then the 1 run today. And just the guys have more arms today, and kind of important today that the guys were able to follow through with a lot of games to go. This is a long, this is going to be a marathon here for the next week.
And it's a team that right now is built for Duncan Field. Pitching, good defense, timely hitting, and they kind of played this style at Owaukee, which was really eye-opening out in Pierre, a place that is not easy to pitch like that. But for them to play like this is vintage Duncan Field ball, and you can play these kind of games. It's a lot of fun, and the Sodbuster home faithful have seen another win here at home, and we see the head man, Joel Skipper. What do you think?
Really good pitching performance again tonight, so that was an awesome, obviously really windy day today. They had a really good pitcher on the mound on the other side, so just scrapped a couple that inning. We scored 3 and did everything we could to keep scoring, but really good kind of holding us at bay. Got to give credit to their guys, and then defensively and pitching-wise, Mosser, Wabick, Welsh, and then Cork, Mr. Reliable coming in at the end was great.
Talk about facing a pitcher. I mean, most of the guys in this league sit middle to upper 80s. This guy, that Dreesen that you're facing, was sitting upper 80s to low 90s, even the middle 90s at some point. Just what's your approach as a team when you've got dealing with a flamethrower on the mound?
Yeah, I think you obviously got to simplify, all the body actions, try to make him into a one-pitch guy. Obviously, it's pretty electric stuff. We actually have a couple teammates of his, so we got the full scouting report on him before the game. So that helped a little bit. We kind of knew that going into the day, so I think the guys were just up to the challenge. And that 1 inning, we got 3 runs, was great in that 3rd inning. So credit to our guys for sticking to it and just scratching 3 runs there.
And a leadoff walk to Delgado, the number 9 hitter, who's basically another leadoff guy. You do with the sacrifice, which turns into an infield single. Playing the small ball, and you get Duddleston with the RBI. The sacrifice from Printer. A lot of things went well to get those 3 runs. Talk about that inning.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you said, Delgado and Vega are pretty much one and the same, 9 in leadoff there. So once we got him on, we know we wanted to get him over for Printer and Duddleston to try to hit him in. Got kind of lucky there as the pitcher slipped on the mound, so it worked out great for us. Sawyer's been hot, especially running in runners in scoring position all summer. So he did a great job driving that first guy in, and then Printer obviously following it up. So big 3 runs, got lucky with that pass ball there. So that was great to throw up 3 in that inning.
Another guy that's kind of flown under the radar, at least by my thing, is Drew Vega. 2 hits today, 3 multi-hit games in the last 4 games, now 9 for his last 15. I mean, just this is such a different team, especially with the guys that can just come in and play anywhere, and to play the guys. Just talk about his performance as of late. What's been working for him?
Yeah, he's been a spark plug for us. Kind of moved him up just to kind of get some guys in, and just kind of took that role over. So just been a great job, just getting himself on base. With his speed, just a ground ball, he's got a really good chance of getting on with his wheels, and then obviously stealing bases. And I think that helps our 2 and 3 hitters when he's on first base, seeing a lot more fastballs as they don't want him to steal. So just been electrics for us so far. Just doing a great job, having a great approach at the plate, and not missing his pitch.
Delgado gets the outfield assist. He also had a diving grab. Dino Morales rock solid at 3rd. Defense continues to be a lot of fun for this team.
Yeah, they're doing great. Obviously great communication. Really tough day in the outfield with everything kind of going over to left field. So, that was a great throw out of back-to-back days or back-to-back, days we played. So that's kind of cool for the guys. So, like I kind of told them at the end of the day, 8-game week, so we're going to need everybody to kind of contribute. So, a great start to the week for our guys.
And like you mentioned, that was going to be the next thing I asked you. 8 games in 7 days at home, and you still have 3 more games after that. So technically 11 games in 10 days. Just talk about managing the workload and managing especially your arms out of the bullpen for the next few days.
Yeah, well, it was a great start today. We're going to need starts like that, getting us into the 5th inning. I think, Wabick and Walsh were able to stay low, so those guys can kind of bounce back if we need them tomorrow. We got some guys actually funneling in, which would be great to kind of add some depth to our, staff. So, yeah, we're going to need great starts, obviously being efficient with our pitches, which I thought we did really well today. So hopefully a little bit more of the same, then we just got to keep hitting and scoring.
All right. Go get some hydration. Nice humid day out here. We're sweating up in the booth here too. We'll see you tomorrow, Joel.
Thanks, guys. Go Busters.
That is head coach Joel Skipper of your Hastings Sodbusters. 4 wins in a row. The series sweep of the Fremont MOO, 7 of their last 8. They will be back home here tomorrow night at 6:35 p.m. where we'll get to see a new opponent for the first time in a long time. The Plainsmen come to town for a 2-game set tomorrow before Fremont will come back for Thursday and Friday, and then the Nebraska Prospects will come over the weekend. And Steve's got the final numbers for us before we say goodbye.
Sodbusters, they get 3 runs on 5 hits. They commit the game's only error. Drew Vega, the aforementioned leadoff man, going 2 for 3 with a run scored. Sawyer Duddleston, 1 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. Dino Morales had 1 for 4 performance. He had an RBI as part of that 3-run inning. Matias Kroll goes 1 for 4, and Alexiel Delgado had that big leadoff walk and scores a run. As far as pitching, Nathan Massar picks up the win, goes the first 5, allowing no runs, 3 hits, struck out 5, walked only 1. That's a big stat for him. He has struggled in that category, so really good for Nathan to pick up the win today. Brendan Wabick goes 1 1/3 innings, allows 1 unearned run on 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 1. Tyler Welch comes in, showing a lot of intestinal fortitude, comes into the bases-loaded situation, gets a couple of outs there, and then Braden Cork continues to do what he's been doing, picking up his team-leading 3rd save of the year with 2 innings of 1-hit ball. Did walk a couple and struck out 1. Overall, very solid for this team. As far as Fremont, they had a multi-hit game from Josh Blunt and Cooper Ficino also had 2 hits. Tough luck loss for Dylan Dreesen to go 6 innings, but the Sodbusters getting those 3 runs. And again, that is enough as this pitching staff allowing just the 3 runs in the last 3 games and a solid start to the homestand. And let's keep it rolling tomorrow.
Absolutely. So the Sodbusters pick up a half game on Casper, who's inactive today. And they're going to be the team to chase for this first half Independence League title, which is just a few days away from being over. So the Sodbusters will take this momentum into the Plainsman game tomorrow. But like we mentioned, this is a Independence League, which runs have come at a premium in a lot of games. The pitching has been a lot better, and the defense has been a lot better this season. But no complaints here on our ends. This has been excellent Sodbuster baseball that we've been bringing you, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow night, 6:35 p.m. for the Plainsmen. Big thank you to everybody behind the scenes who you don't see on camera, to Mason, Noah, and Connor running the show and just about everything else we do besides talking. So a big thank you to them. And, of course, everybody who makes Sodbuster baseball possible. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, signing off from Duncan Field. We will see you tomorrow night.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch